All right. How's it going, guys? I am DrDelay, and we've got some more baseball for you tonight as the Milwaukee Brewers take on the Chicago Cubs in Game 4 of the series. Of course, the Brewers, as you probably already know, lead 2-1, whereas the Cubs, of course, they were down 2-0, did win in the game yesterday to force this Game 4, and it's a big one. It's a big one indeed. Again, NL Central foes. ESPN has the Cubs actually projected to win 52% of the time, I guess, in their simulations. Milwaukee favored by a run and a half, though. So there is that. Of course, again, they've been the consistently good team pretty much since, I don't know, I'd say just before the All-Star break. They've been very, very good. Currently showing on my television, of course, is the Phillies and Dodgers. They find themselves tied to 1 apiece. Of course, I do want to say, how's it going, Z? And how's it going, George and George? I appreciate both of you guys for hanging in here tonight, as we're just ready for some baseball. Of course, again, they are showing Dodgers Phillies. So as soon as I see anything about what channel I need to go to, I will head there immediately, because again, that is why you guys are here. Again, there's a lot of people watching, of course, Phillies Dodgers, but again, we are here for Milwaukee and Chicago. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the starting lineup. Says that's a swing and a miss there for Turner. So again, it's tied there. If you guys aren't too familiar with what's happening, let's go ahead and kind of show you what's happening. Again, it's 1-1. You're going to see that they're going to go ahead and go to the bottom of the 10th, because that is going to be hit to right, and that is going to be caught. So the Dodgers have the advantage. Again, they head to the bottom of the 10th over there. It's 1-1. It's time for CC's winner to start tonight. Very bold there, Steven. But again, it should be a good one. All right, starting for the Brewers today is Freddie Peralta. He's been very, very good in this postseason. 1-0 with a 3.18 ERA, whip of a 1.24, pitched 5 2/3. Had 9 strikeouts. Again, that's what he does. He gets strikeouts because you look at his regular season stats. He had 204 strikeouts. He went 17-6 with a 2.70 ERA and a whip, of course, of a 1.08. So again, he's been very, very good. Some would even say elite, and he gets the start today for the Brewers. Now, on the other side of things, it's going to be Matthew Boyd, who hasn't really had a great time as of late. But you could say he's due, though. He's 0-1 in the postseason, 5.40 ERA. Pardon me. He has started twice, but only has reached 5 innings in those 2 starts with the whip of a 2. So, again, that's not very good. But, again, the whip, it's just a few games. That's what the argument is there. In his postseason career, a 2.12 ERA. So again, just it seems like he's a little bit off. In the regular season, very solid pitcher. 14-8, 3.21 ERA with the whip of a 1.09. So again, Matthew Boyd, pretty good. He's just trying to find his regular season form tonight. That's all the Cubs can ask for. Starting lineup for the visiting the visiting Brewers had a 50-50 shot there and it missed. Yelich, she'll be DHing. Chourio is in left. Contreras. Okay, so I need to go to TNT. That's what I'm being told to do. I'm going to go there. Chourio's in left. Contreras is catching. Terang is at second. Vaughn is at first. Durbin is at third. And Frelick's at right. Perkins is at center. Ortiz is at short. Sorry, folks. Again, I'm just trying to get to TNT here. I want to make sure that I don't miss any of the game. Because, again, currently showing on TBS is the Phillies and the Dodgers. For the Cubs, it's going to be Bush at first, Horner at second, Tucker DHing, Suzuki is in right, Happ is in left, Kelly is catching, Crow Armstrong is in center, Swanson is at short, and Shaw is at third. Those are your starting lineups for both teams. Again, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's go Livestream. Hopefully it is. Appreciate you there, Chomper. Back to winning tonight. Yeah, we'll see. Again, I expect a great game tonight. I really do. Ace versus Ace. Yes, it is. Again, Boyd's going to have to be a little bit better, but I think he might find some form tonight. We'll see. We'll see, though. Again, the Brewers, I mean, as you guys all know, very, very solid. Very, very good. Again, two of MLB's best offenses here tonight. And again, very solid pitching. 3.58 ERA in the regular season, 3.79 for the Cubs. But yeah, I mean, the Cubs can slug, though. 430 slugging. But the Brewers get on base with a 3.32. So again, a lot of just they put up runs, but in different ways. The Cubs, again, all about power. Brewers just keep on moving the train pretty much. So again, we're just a few minutes away. Again, I just wasn't sure when they'd really start this thing, or what channel would be on. So hopefully we're all good here. As it looks like, again, Boyd is now beginning his warm-up. So we're just going to go ahead and click on the wrong player, because that's what I do. It's going to be Christian Yelich leading things off tonight. He has had a pretty solid postseason, 5 for 13 in the postseason, 3.8, point. Okay, let me get out. I'm sorry, I'm distracted at the moment. 385 batting average, OPS of 891. Apologies, we're going to get all that out of there. It's been a day today. There's always next year. What a statement there from John. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you can tolerate some mistakes every now and then. We're just going to go ahead and ignore that. So, but yeah, again, we're just a few minutes, probably about a minute away at this point from officially starting this game. And I'm sure we are all ready for some baseball. Again, Yelich, Chourio, Contreras, Turang, Vaughn, Durbin, Frelick, Perkins, and Ortiz. Those are your starting. It's your starting lineup for the Brewers tonight. It's pretty much the same thing, really. They've been running out the same guys, and it's been working for the most part. All right, looks like Yelich is coming to the plate. They have scored 18 runs in the first inning of this series. That's the most in the first 3 games of any series in postseason history. So we have seen history covering this series. Looks like Yelich is going to get booed as he steps up to the plate. Again, a very solid postseason so far, batting .385, OPS of 891. No homers and no RBIs, though, but I'm sure he's looking for his first. As Boyd delivers the first pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled to the left as we are underway in Chicago. 0-1 count to Christian Yelich. Currently happening another game. Again, it's 1-1. Philly and Los Angeles in the bottom of the 10th. I'm sure you already know what the stakes are there. The Dodgers win. They advance to the NLCS. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low, and it's ball 1 to Christian Yelich. I'm sure most of us are, kind of picking and pulling for the Phillies. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 to the tall, lanky Christian Yelich. 6'3", 203. I guess he's a little bit, has more weight than I would have thought. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be low, as it's 2-2. 2-2 count to Christian Yelich. As Boyd rocks and fires. That is way inside, and it's 3-2. It must be pretty cold there in Chicago. I don't really have the weather, but everyone is wearing hoodies and jackets and coats or whatnot. Looks like they're heading to the top of the 11th there in Los Angeles. That's going to be outside for ball 4. So there you go. One man on. Again, that's what the Brewers do. They get on base. That'll bring up Jackson Chourio. Spending .545, OPS of 1545, 1 homer and 6 RBIs. This series, yeah, that's for the postseason, but again, they've only played this one series, so very, very good. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike one to Jackson Chourio. 0-1 count, man on at first. Again, we're just pretty much starting this one off here. Nobody out. Boyd sets. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. I'm ahead of the app. I know I'm not ahead of the scoreboard on the bottom. No, I don't think I am. I'm not ahead. I am not ahead. I think on TBS, I don't know, whenever this game goes to TBS again, it looked like I was actually ahead when I was comparing the Phillies-Dodgers thing. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully there we'll be ahead. Here's the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So one down for the Brewers. That'll bring up William Contreras. He's batting .417, OPS of 1212, 1 homer and 2 RBIs this postseason. 1 for 18 against the Phillies. That is actually very interesting there, Chris. Did not know that. That's, wow. He has struggled. All right, Contreras at the plate. Yelich takes his lead. Boyd sets and delivers. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Boyd again has struggled so far. Looking for a good performance here tonight. As Boyd fires. Chopper to Swanson. Swanson tosses a second. There's one. And not in time is Contreras as he's able to get on. All right, 2 away for the Brewers. That will bring up Bryce Turang. 2 for 12 in the series with an RBI. Batting .167, OPS of .481. He has struggled. So he's looking to get something going here in Game 4. As Boyd delivers, that is going to be cut on and fouled back, and it's 0-1. Good to see you, Magic Man. Cheers and go Brewers, of course. Thank you again for stopping on by. 0-1 count to Turang. Again, Phillies 1, Dodgers 1 in the top of the 11th. As Boyd sets and fires, that's cut on and popped up to left. And Happ is just shy of the warning track, but he makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first. It is 0-0 here in Chicago. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is a growing channel, folks, as we enter the day at over 1360. So it'd be great to get to 1380 if we can tonight. That's a pretty decent goal, I would say. So again, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's a growing channel. We cover the NFL, we cover college football, and of course, what are we covering tonight? We're covering Major League Baseball, and I've covered every single game this series. So again, I have no plans on stopping. If this game goes to Saturday, I will abandon college football because this series does take priority. So again, make sure to subscribe if you're looking for a place for the series or you're just a sports fan in general. Again, it is a growing channel. What I'm going to do, because there's another game on and kind of just looking for stuff to do in between innings while we have the opportunity, is I'm going to try to call both games at the same time. It'd probably help, though, if I would go to the app that I need to go to rather than... No, I don't want to connect the devices. Let's go So right now the Phillies have one out. Actually, yeah, they have one out and a guy at first. So again, I'll try to do my best to call both games for y'all. Bush leadoff homer incoming. Yeah, well, hey, that's what he's been doing. Again, Peralta is the starting pitcher for the Brewers. He has been very good, and Michael Bush, of course, has had some success with leadoff homers. 40 viewers, only 13 likes. Smash the like button, folks. It's fast and free and easy to do. Again, it is true what Magic Man says as boom, sends this to center. That's going to be caught at the wall, and Harper's going to have to retreat back. So it looks like there are 2 outs now there for the Phillies in the top of the 11th. So again, I won't be able to. I'll try to look at the chat. You're fun to listen to. Keep it up. Thank you. I try. I really do. Again, whenever we do return to action, eventually, I feel like they take like 2 or 3 minutes on commercials for the playoffs. I don't know. They milk those commercials, but yeah, they take their time. All right, Bush, Horner, Tucker, Suzuki, Happ, Kelly, Crow, Armstrong, Swanson, and Shaw. Shaw still looking for his first hit, but I'm sure he's due. They are having a mound visit out there. This looks like this is Harrison Bader coming to the plate, but this is Michael Bush here in Chicago. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike as it's 96 at the knees. Again, this is Freddie Peralta, just one of the best. 2.70 ERA. 204 strikeouts and just 176 innings pitched. Here's the 0-1 that's cut on and fouled back, and it's 0-2 very quickly to Michael Bush. Again, he's been very good. First player in MLB history with multiple leadoff homers in the same postseason series. So again, he's been leading off with solo shots to pretty much begin the Cubs at bats. You really can't ask for more from Michael Bush. The 0-2, that's in the dirt, and it's 1-2. 89 there on the splitter. It's like Vesia just threw a ball in the dirt, and Smith had trouble with it, so now there's a runner at second for the Phillies. 1-2 count, though, here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So down goes Bush. That'll bring up Nico Horner. And he just hits, folks. Batting .391, OPS of .940, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. He's 9 for 23 so far in the postseason. Again, 1 out, nobody on here for the Cubs. As here's the pitch. Cut on and hit to right, and that, of course, is going foul. Feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. Of course, I do have a poll, and it looks like 63% of you guys have the Cubs winning tonight. So that is, would definitely make things exciting on Saturday. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside, and it's 1-1, 84 on the slider. Spader staring at a 1-2 count here. There in Los Angeles. They're taking a long time, though, to get their pitches. Peralta, though, is moving fast. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside. Did he go? He went. As Vesia delivers the 1-2, that's cut on and fouled back. Cubs fans didn't like that call. No, he clearly went there. Yeah, and that wasn't PCA. PCA yesterday did not go on the check swing. The 1-2, that's outside and low, as it's 2-2. Again, it's 1 out here in the bottom of the first with nobody on for the Cubs. 0-0 is your score. Peralta, the 2-2, that's going to be jammed, and that's going to be fouled back. Horner doing a good job just making contact there. Apparently Peralta releases the ball very out in front, as that's a ground ball to short, and that's going to get past Ortiz as Horner gets his 10th hit of the postseason. 6 hits for the series. He's been just very, very good. Nico, final regular season, I think it was like 297 if I recall. I could be wrong. I probably am. It was 297. Look at me go. This is Kyle Tucker at the plate. It's 5 for 20 so far in the postseason, batting .250, OPS of .598, no homers, no RBIs. 18 pitches since that bat. Really, I was wondering what was going on. This has been happening forever. That's going to be outside for ball one. That is amazing. I need a pre-snap delay show. Well, Rhino's got you covered. I'm sorry, RC. I'm sorry. Maybe another day. Maybe another time. Just not the right time right now. Thank you, though, for your support. Here's the 1-0 that's going to be outside, and it's 2-0. 2-0 count to Kyle Tucker. Runner on first with one out. Bader is still at the plate. Jeez, I'm in Los Angeles. The 2-0, that's going to be low as it's 3-0. Cubs fans are chanting Freddie, Freddie, and Freddie. Definitely taking the Pirates thing with Cueto. 3-0 count. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Peralta's rattled. Oh, man, that could be some trouble there as, again, the Cubs have runners on first and second with just one out. And that will bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's batting .227 this postseason, OPS of .897, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Oh, he earned the walk there. Dr. Late's been a minute. It's all good, Holden. I understand. Appreciate you stopping by. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball one. Again, I'm just entertainment. You can turn me off anytime. That was outside, by the way. 1-0 count. Bader finally is out. That was a long at bat. Peralta sets and delivers. That's going to be ripped, but that's going foul. Yeah, no, he just kept fouling off everything there. Yep, the Cubs can force Game 5. I'm sure many Cubs fans would feel the same way. I'm sure Brewers fans are like, you know what? I think we're good. We can call it at 4. Chased the ball in the dirt. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Still a good at-bat, though. It's a lot of pitches. Jeez, Again, it's a 1-1 count here to Suzuki. Runner on first, runner on second, one out. Peralta looks back at second and fires. That's in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2 to Seiya Suzuki. Cubs fans chill out a little bit. Again, they've been pretty much chanting Freddie's name. Peralta sets the 1-2. That's inside, and it's 2-2. Peralta looks a little bit. I think the Cubs fans may have gotten in his head, but again, I believe he can overcome it. He's been very good. Here's the 2-2. That's outside ball 3. Breaking ball just couldn't stay in the zone. Suzuki did a good job of not chasing. Cubs fans getting loud. Here in Wrigley, first and second, one out, 3-2, count the pitch. That's going to be fouled back as Suzuki stays alive. Counsell rubbing his head. Happ on deck. Happ is looking for some good stuff in this game because he's been pretty bad at the plate. 3-2 count. Peralta looks back and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 95 above the zone. Just couldn't make contact. Yeah, he chased it. I'd feel so bad if the Phillies lost, man. I mean, I'd feel so bad for play-by-play with JJ. I really would. I'd feel horrible. Looks like there's a little mound visit here between Contreras and Peralta, trying to calm down his pitcher. Again, they're going to need Peralta to go as far as he can. Not that the Brewers don't have a good bullpen or anything like that, but, they were, quite a bit of pitchers used yesterday as Priester. I don't recall how much Priester went, but it was not long. So ideally, you want Peralta to eat some innings, at least 5. Would be pretty cool with 6. 7 would be great, but I don't know. 7 might be already out of the question with 21 pitches already. Again, this is Ian Happ. It's batting .095 this postseason. OPS of .460. The pitch. That is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Does have a homer and an RBI. Chase the yeah, that's how it goes. You cursed him. The announcer's curse. 1-0 count. Peralta kicks and deals. That's going to be low, but it's called a strike, and Happ can't believe it. He's just not thrilled with it. Over there in L.A., again, it's bottom of the 11th. Edman at the plate, 0 for 4, looking for his first hit. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, and Happ sends this to right. It is out of here, and the Cubs tack on a field goal. And the Cubs lead 3-0 over the Brewers. Dodgers game. Oh, I bet, Todd. Yeah, no, that's a tough one. The Cubs take a 3-0 lead in Chicago. The Cubs fans have been very loud. It's a very dim. It's a night game, folks. So I think the atmosphere might be a little bit more different, just different enough to where it might be messing with the Brewers. Peralta sets and fires. That is a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 3-2 count here to Edman. The pitch. That's a foul ball. Again, Edman just staying alive. The 0-1, that's going to be in there for a called strike. And this is Carson Kelly, folks. I apologize. Didn't realize I didn't scroll down and already announce. He's batting .200 in the postseason. OPS of .623, 1 homer, 1 RBI. 0-2 count. Peralta delivers. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. 0-2. Todd pulling for the Cubs as Edman gets aboard. Assuming Dodgers fans going to be cheering for the Cubs because Dodgers would get home field advantage. As that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out, but the Cubs do some damage as they lead 3-0 over the Brewers as we head to the top of the second inning. Ian Happ, again, I said it earlier, he had been struggling, but there you go. I'm sure many Cubs fans will forgive him. Hi-Sung Kim replacing Edman. Folks, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. This is a growing sports channel, so if you like sports, folks, make sure to subscribe to the channel because this is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like baseball, if you like the NFL, college football, make sure to subscribe, as many of your fellow sports fans have already done. Again, it would be pretty cool to believe we got at 1360 at the or 1360 something. It would be great to get to 1380 tonight. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps out small channels like mine a lot. Will Smith at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1 to Will Smith. Robert very happy. Guess the baseball gods want probably game 5 there. Thank you, DrDelay, for doing this. As I can't watch. Oh, it's all good, Carrie. Appreciate you again. That's 3 straight games now. I think you've been here. Appreciate it. I do appreciate the support. Brewers kicked down our butts during the regular season. Oh yeah, black magic. Okay, it's called hitting the ball and just being good at baseball. Brewers are good. I have a lot of Brewers subscribers, Todd. You better watch it. I'm just scared the Brewers will blow. Oh, no. Don't think like that, Chris. It's a 2-2 count, by the way, to Smith. Again, the Dodgers, they're in the bottom of the 11th. All they need is one run. They win. It's the one advantage of being the home team there in extras that you can, it's kind of like playing defense first in football overtime. You can just kind of see what you need to do to keep it going. Luzardo delivers, checks his swing. Did he go? He did not. Again, folks, I'm calling the Dodgers game at the moment. We're in a commercial timeout here. Again, the Brewers down 3-0 as they're waiting to... I think Smith may have went there. See that side view? Yeah, he went. That's a pretty bad call. Dodgers getting bailed out. Here's the 3-2. And Smith sends this to center. That's going to be caught anyway for route number 2. Go Cubs. Go, yep, I'm counting on game 5. Yeah. Oh, you're going to game 5. Wow. That would be pretty cool. All right, again, Andrew Vaughn coming to the plate as Boyd is on the mound yet again. Boyd delivers. That is inside for ball 1. Muncy at the plate over there for L.A. 1-0 count. Boyd delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Looks like Muncy gets on. Now Edmonds at third, and the Dodgers may be on the brink of advancing to the NLCS. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. Oh, yeah, I know I have Cubby. Todd mentioned, he's a black magic with the Brewers. Yeah, no, I got you. No, I know I have a lot of Cubs fans. I appreciate you guys. I really do. The 2-1, here's the pitch. That's going to be inside, and it's 3-0. This would have been perfect for me if this was the NLCS. Then the numbers would have been great. But it's all good. Hey, I'm very happy, though, that this is the series. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be chopped foul. Vaughn just trying to stay alive. Again, hasn't really played too much. 286, OPS of 1158, 1 homer, 3 RBIs. Looks like we're heading to the... No, I don't know what I just saw there. I don't know if they're heading to the top of the 12th or there's a pitching change. 3-2 count. Boyd rocks and fires. That's outside for ball 4. So Vaughn heads to first as my computer screen goes black. And that'll bring up Caleb Durbin. 2 for 10 in the series. Batting 200, OPS of 533, 2 RBIs. Runner on first, nobody out. Your uncles are at game 4. That's pretty cool. As long as the Dodgers don't win it all this year. Yeah, a lot of people can feel that same way. Here's the pitch showing bunt. Pulls back. That's in there for a called strike anyway on the outside corner. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Carrie. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Giant beating Eagles. Oh, wow. Hey, there we go. I think everyone will like that, too. 0-1 count. Boyd delivers to first as Vaughn is back safe and sound. That's right. Yeah, I knew that. I just said Edmund. Pitching change. Oh, man. Pitching for the Cubs, Matthew Boyd. Jacob, let's go Brewers. They score 1 run, the Brewers will win. I don't know about all that. That's going to be a chopper to second. Horner's just going to toss it to first, take the sure outs. That's the wise decision there. As that'll bring up Sal Frelick. Sal Frelick, batting 182, OPS of 413, no homers, 1 RBI. They're cutting here to the Cubs, home run by Happ in the Philly game. Boyd sets, looks back at second, and delivers. That's in there, but not called a strike. Just on the outside corner there, 1-0 count to Frelick. Kirkering. Oh, Orion Kirk. He pitched yesterday. I know JJ made a big deal about that. 1-0 count as Boyd delivers to Frelick. That's a big swing and a miss. That one was way outside the zone, and it's 1-1 to Sal Frelick. Boyd sets. Looks back at second and fires. Breaking ball that is upstairs, and it's 2-1. Cubs wanted the call. That one was... It's not really close, folks. Kike Hernandez again at the plate in the Dodgers game as he faces a 2-1 count. Runners on the corners again. He gets a base hit in the outfield. It's over. Boyd delivers. That is outside, and it's 3-1. Cubs fans wanting the call. That one, again, not really close. Just a friendly reminder, folks, that if you see the pitcher throw it and the catcher catch it, it doesn't make it a strike. Here's the 3-1 grounder, and that's going foul. Just a friendly reminder. I'm not picking on Cubs fans. Every stadium and their fans has done that before. It's just interesting. 3-2 count. Perkins on deck. 1 out. Runner on second. Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brewers. Here in the top of the second, Boyd looks back and fires. Frelick, grounder to first. Oh, what a stop by Bush as he runs to the bag for out number 2. That does move the runner, though, as we have a runner now on third for the Brewers. That'll bring up Blake Perkins, batting .300, OPS of .700, no homers, 1 RBI, pardon me, messing up there. It's what I do best. Dr. Dua. You're going to say good evening, okay? I'm doing okay. I'm going to say, how are you doing? Boyd delivers. That's in there for a called strike. Bases loaded, by the way, for the Dodgers, 2 outs. So, wow, that is kind of a big deal over there. 0-1 count to Blake Perkins, 2 outs, runner at third. Boyd sets and fires. Perkins sends this to right. Suzuki already calling it off and will make the catch for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second inning. The Cubs leading 3-0. 3-0 over the Brewers. Again, it's right now there's a mound visit in the Phillies-Dodgers game. Bases loaded, bottom of the 11th, 2 outs. In case you don't know, it's 1-1. They're in extras. As the Phillies season may be coming to an end within the next minute. This is pretty huge. Andy Pa has come to play. Yep. Brandon wants the Dodgers to lose. Of course, Brandon, an Astros fan. That would make sense. A lot of people, though, want the Dodgers to lose. Dodgers, Yankees, pretty much the same thing, though Dodgers fans and Yankees fans would just shiver if they heard that. All right, Kerkering sets. Again, this is bases loaded, 2 outs. I believe Pajes went there. That's strike 1. Again, this is currently the Phillies-Dodgers game on my phone, folks, not actually what's happening on the TV. Again, I'm covering the Cubs and the Brewers, I assure you. Looks like Pa is going to use his timeout. Oh, and 1 count to Pajes. Kerkering sets, kicks and deals. That's a ground ball to Kerkering. Kerkering throws to the plate. What was he doing? Kerkering just absolutely choked it. Oh, my goodness. Kerkering recovered. It was a ground ball right to him. He had it. Could have easily thrown to first, but elected to throw home, and he sailed it over Real Muto's head. And that is your ball game. The Dodgers are moving on to the NLCS. Oh, what a pathetic way to lose for the Phillies. Oh, my goodness. It was a slow little grounder to Kerkering. Kerkering fumbled it, but then he recovered, and it's like he panicked. He threw to the plate, not knowing, I guess, that there were 2 outs. All you got to do is throw it to first. Well, the Phillies have just been eliminated, folks. Well, it is what it is. So I imagine very soon it'll take me to TBS, or I'll take myself to TBS for the conclusion of this game. But yes, again, the Dodgers have just defeated the Phillies 2-1. As this is Pete Crow Armstrong coming to the plate, batting .227, OPS of .454, no homers, 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is a swing and a miss. Strike one, I guess. Congratulations to you, Todd. You obviously know how I feel about the Dodgers, but I'm happy for you. But I'll definitely be pulling for either one of these teams next series, I can tell you that. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be cut on and fouled. And it's 0-2. Fans will definitely be rough on him for sure. Chris, yep. Definitely so. 0-2 count to Pete Crow Armstrong. Here is the pitch. Showing bunt. It is down on 2 strikes. Peralta throws it to first for out number 1. Only Pete Crow Armstrong. He's definitely entertaining. I definitely enjoy. I'm not a fan of bunting in general, folks. I mean, I'm pretty, I don't know what you'd call me really when it comes to all that, but I enjoy I don't know. I like seeing a change of pace. This is Dansby Swanson coming to the plate, batting .200, OPS of .523, no homers, 1 RBI. That's in there for a called strike. Really can't ask more. That is correct, Todd. That is correct. Again, really good baseball all the way around, except for the teams from Ohio that kind of were just there. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike 2. No offense to the Reds and Indians fans, but those are the teams that everyone's like, okay, I think we kind of just, those. I don't think anyone really took those teams seriously. The other 10, 5 in each. I think anyone can envision them holding up the trophy. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be upstairs, and it's a 1-2, 92 on the fastball. One and 2 count to Dansby Swanson. The pitch. That's a grounder, and that's going foul. A 1-2 count again, folks. If you haven't heard it, the Dodgers are moving on. They have just defeated the Phillies. The Phillies are actually my preseason World Series pick. They have been eliminated. The 1-2 checks his swing. That's upstairs, and it's 2-2. Yep, I know, Steve. It was brutal to watch. It was brutal to watch. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 away for the Cubs. That'll bring up Matt Shaw again. He's looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 12, though he has drawn a walk, just like, right up there with the best of them. 4 walks. No, pardon me, that's 3. My math is bad. 3 walks so far this postseason. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, pulls back. That's in there for a called strike. Shaw doesn't like it. The Yankee game. Who do the Yankees play? I'm also pulling for anyone that plays the Yankees now. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul, and it's 0-2. Again, if you're just joining us, the Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brewers here in the bottom of the second. It's 2 outs, nobody on. 0-2 count. Matt Shaw at the plate. Peralta is on the mound. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to third. Durbin has it. Throws to first. Long throw. He's safe. The throw was just a bit off. And that will be Matt Shaw's first postseason hit, not only in the series, not only in the postseason, but in his career. The Gators. Oh, wow. Yeah, they did just beat Texas. Texas, I don't know. I do have a bold take, though. I think Texas beats Oklahoma this week. I think that is actually happening. I'm not even kidding. Peralta delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. I think that happens. Don't know why. I just don't think Oklahoma's that good. I'm not saying Texas is good. I'm just saying here's the 0-1. And that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Oh, and 2 counts to Michael Busch, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Runner on first, 2 outs. Peralta fires way outside. And it's 1-2. 87, I believe that was a changeup. Yes, Brandon, I was calling the game. I was calling it both, Brandon. 1-2 count. Peralta delivers. That's going to be outside, and it's 2-2. 94 on the fastball. Even if Mateer plays, I'm thinking it's going to be an upset, regardless. 2-2 count. Peralta nods his head in approval. He sets and fires. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice pick by Contreras. Contreras is a really good catcher, folks. But it's 3-2 now. Cubs fans getting loud. Peralta just looks so shaky right now. I'm not going to lie. I've seen Peralta pitch quite a few times this year. He's been good. Looks very shaky as I believe Peralta stepped off. Take the plus. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, I don't know about that. I don't know. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 4. Michael Busch walks. And that'll bring up Nico Horner. Horner's 1 for 1 so far today, batting .417 this postseason. OPS of .983, 1 homer, and 2 RBIs. Again, runners on first and second. I believe we have a mound visit because they're not showing anything else right now. They're showing... Okay, never mind, we don't. My bad. As Peralta looks back and fires. That is upstairs, and it's 1-0. Again, the Cubs fans, they're just clapping for every pitch outside, every pitch upstairs, below, inside, whatever. 1-0 count to Nico Horner. Peralta sets and fires. That's going to be chopped off himself pretty much, and it's 1-1. .57% of you guys have picked the Cubs winning today. 43%. The Brewers. Oh, it hit him in the knee. Jeez, Top of the night. Todd pulling for Cubs. You have a good night, Todd. Thank you again for stopping on by. 1-1 count. Peralta looks back at second. Looks back again. And delivers. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball in the dirt. It's 1-2. Just couldn't lay off it there. The count is 1-2 to Nico Horner. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Peralta fires. Sent to right, but that's also sent foul. Peralta already at 50 pitches. Peralta sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul again. He's just staying alive, folks. That's all you can ask. If you're a Cubs fan, Brewers fans are like, hey, it's time to get out of here. Let's try to get back up to the plate. 1-2 is the count to Nico Hoerner. Peralta sets and fires. And Hoerner hits this right to third. Durbin is there to make the catch. We head to the top of the third inning. Your score, Cubs 3, Brewers nothing. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. Let's go ahead and head out over to TBS. That's what I need to do. Going to TBS. So anyway, yeah, folks, appreciate you guys. Make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games. So again, if you like the MLB, NFL, or college football, this is a great channel for you because that's what we cover pretty much all the time. Maybe a little bit of something else, but again, it's pretty much those three. So again, if you like those three, make sure to like and subscribe and join your fellow sports fans that have already done so. Again, if this goes to a Game 5, I do want to reiterate, I will be back on Saturday to cover that game. That will take priority over any college football game I cover. So there you go. Again, thank you guys for subbing. Thank you guys for viewing the video, the live stream. It really does help out the channel and myself, of course, a lot. So again, thank you very much. And of course, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like. Try to respond to as many comments as possible. And of course, we do have a poll, so feel free to vote in that. It's a good thing I took a nap today, so I can stay. Oh yeah, it's starting at 8. I think they started it late because of the football game that involved the Eagles. Right now, Giants leading 20-17, but the Eagles are driving. They're actually, well, no, they're not driving. No, they're not driving. That's a lie. I misled you guys. Giants leading though 20-17. That is pretty amazing. Again, the Phillies have just lost to the Dodgers. So the winner of this series takes on, well, the Dodgers. Penguins have just defeated the Islanders. That's always good to see. Let's see the Chicago Blackhawks 3, Bruins 3, Milwaukee. Do they have a? I don't know if Milwaukee has a. Do you guys have a Milwaukee fans? Do you guys have a hockey team? I don't know where the Ducks are. Anaheim, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we are back. Joey Ortiz is coming to the plate. It's batting .250, OPS of .650. No homers, no RBIs so far this postseason. That's weird. It was looking good for the Phillies Dodgers. Like I was on it, but now here, yeah, I'm still a little behind. Oh well. It is what it is. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Ortiz looking to get something started here for the Brewers as Boyd delivers. Ortiz sends this to right, but that is also foul. Yeah, it's tough on Dre right now. All team, I'm not familiar with that there. James says here's the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Breaking ball in the dirt. He chased it. Coming up to the plate is Christian Yelich. It's 5 for 13 in the series. Semi-pro. Okay, the Admirals. Interesting. Boyd delivers to Yelich. That's going to be a breaking ball below the zone, and it's a 1-0. Again, if you're just joining us, folks, we are in the top of the third inning. The Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brewers. Ian Happ with a 3-run shot in the first inning. Here's the 1-0. That's a chopper. High chopper, I might add. Swanson has it. Throws to first for out number 2. And that will bring up Jackson Chourio. Spanning .500, OPS of 1417. The Milwaukee Admirals, yeah. That's pretty neat. Chourio 0 for 1 in this one. Again, nobody on with 2 outs. As Boyd delivers. That's a grounder, and that's going to get through, actually, for a base hit. So Swanson just going to get there in time. That'll bring up William Contreras. He's batting .385, OPS of 1121, 1 homer, 2 RBIs in the postseason. Runner on first, 2 outs. Boyd at 35 pitches, looking pretty comfortable up there. Boyd delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Still the same puck that ended up in the stands. Oh, that's pretty neat. Look at that. Contreras is 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. As here's the 0-1, that's outside, and it's 1-1, 94 on the fastball. 1-1 count to William Contreras. Boyd sets, kicks and deals, and Contreras sends this to left. Jeez, he crushed that ball. Unfortunately for the Brewers fans, that is foul. 2 out hitting in game 2. The Brewers 10 for 17. Yesterday were 0 for 9. Couldn't get a hit with 2 outs. The 1-2. Contreras once again fouls this one off. Again, a 1-2 count, runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Cubs leading 3-0. Brewers trying to get something going. Right now, though, it's trending that they'll put up another 0. The 1-2. Checked his swing. Did he go? I think he did. He did. He struck him out. We head to the bottom of the third inning. The Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brewers. Contreras was just tied up. Just flat out tied up. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Again, I know there's a lot of big streamers out there covering this game. So, again, I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to call this game. And, again, if you are a sports fan, make sure, again, to like and subscribe, as we are a growing channel. Again, if you like the NFL, if you like college football and MLB, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And, again, I do want to reiterate that if this game does go to Game 5, that I will be covering it on Saturday. So, again, you can rest assured that I will be covering it. I'm not going to abandon you just because I got your sub and I'm going to run away and never stream again. No, that's not the case. Not the case at all. But, yes, we are a growing channel. At the end of July, we're at 343. Now we're over 1370. So, again, we are just cruising along. It would be great to get to 1380 tonight. But, again, you can, just because you see 1380 doesn't mean you have to stop subbing either. So, again, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Again, it's a growing channel, folks. So, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's completely free to do so. And, of course, feel free to chat and comment down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. So, there is that. And, of course, we have a poll. Let's see here. Let me double check the results. The Brewers will 100% play in Milwaukee. Play again in Milwaukee. Is it against the Cubs? 55% of you guys. No, make it 56%. Say yes. The Cubs will force Game 5. 44% say nope. That ain't happening. The Brewers get it done tonight. Right now, trending with the 56% crowd. And in the NFL game right now, I can tell you that the Giants are still leading 20-17 over the Eagles. Wouldn't that be an upset? I don't think most of us would mind that. Are you doing the Giants-Eagles game? I would say I am not doing the Giants-Eagles game. That is going on right now. So I am very sorry. But no, this series does take priority. Again, it's really just a big thank you because I have received a lot of support from the Brewers and Cubs fans throughout especially the last part of the regular season. So, again, it's just a thank you very much for your support. So I am prioritizing pretty much these two teams' series in the playoffs. It's a shame that one of them has to go away after today. But again, I will be covering whoever wins to play in the Dodgers in the NLCS. Here's the pitch. Tucker sends this foul. Now, I will say again, if there is a Thursday night game that features my Steelers and you guys play during the Steelers game or something like that, that's pretty much the only time where I will not prioritize. But other than that, just other than those 3 hours during the week, I would say, yes, I will prioritize that you guys. So, again, thank you very much, as that's going to be found back, and it's 0-2. But, yeah, if you guys are if it's scheduled during a Steelers game, that's just unlucky, because that's just 3 hours of, all week. Pardon me. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be in the dirt. Couldn't be blocked, but there's nobody on, so it's 1-2 to Kyle Tucker. Football is my number one, though. That is definitely something I love, and yeah, I definitely enjoy calling football. 1-2 counts as Peralta delivers. That's going to be sent to left. Churio is under it and will make the catch. But baseball has been pretty fun. Not so much for my personal team that I like, but everything else, though, has been good. This is Seiya Suzuki batting .217, OPS of .859, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Council's getting interviewed during the break, as that one's going to be outside for ball 192 on the fastball. One and 0 count to Suzuki. Peralta delivers. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. Suzuki just staying alive. I've seen that a lot from the Cubs players. They're just really just staying alive for these. I don't know. It's like they're just eating into that pitch count. It's already at 58 pitches. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So it just seems like, I don't know, they're trying to knock him out. I think, obviously, it's a duh, but I'm just saying they're doing a very good job at eating into the pitch counts. We're taking each at-bat deep, as that's going to be in the dirt. Breaking ball, 2-2. Suzuki is 0 for 1, by the way, on the night. One and 2 count. Peralta sets and fires. That's going to be a bounding ball, foul. Bounding. 2-2 to Suzuki. 1 out, nobody on. Peralta sets and fires. Breaking ball low, and it's 3-2. And again, the Cubs fans just going to rise to their feet and get loud. Jeez, they are chanting Freddie's name. 3-2 count. The pitch. That's a chopper to short. Ortiz has it, throws to first, gets Suzuki by a step. He was hustling. That is out number 2. That'll bring up Ian Happ. Oh, jeez. It's very awkward. Let's see, hold on. I don't know. Maybe that'll help me out. But Ian Happ, of course, is the difference in the game, as he had that 3-run shot in the first inning. He takes outside ball 1. Used their allotment of hits in the first 2 games. It's definitely a different Brewers team for sure. As here's the 1-0. That's going to be low, and it's 2-0. 2-0 count. to Ian Happ. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. But for the Brewers fans, again, they will return to Milwaukee, so maybe it's just a home field thing. The 2-1, that's a big swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 to Ian Happ. Again, he has struggled all postseason, really, but, 2 of his 3 hits have been home runs, and, of course, the 1 hit today was it's the difference in the game. Peralta sets on the 2-2 and delivers. That's going to be yanked to right, and that is going foul. 2-2 now is the count. Peralta sets and delivers. And Happ sends this to right. Frelick, though, is at the warning track and will make the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Cubs as we head to the top of the 4th. The Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brew Crew. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like baseball, if you like football, make sure to like and subscribe as the Giants are 2nd and goal at the 1. They actually have just punched it in. Touchdown, New York Giants. The Giants lead 26-17. Unbelievable. What is going on? So the Philly fans, if the Giants just defeat the Phillies, not to kick them while they're down, of course, they just lost to the Dodgers and have been eliminated. But then losing to the Giants, that would be kind of a devastating blow, I would say, to all of Philadelphia's morale. Again, folks, make sure to subscribe, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Again, it's a growing channel, so definitely do it. Again, if the result holds, I will be sure to be back Saturday for this series. Again, it's not like I'm going to go anywhere. Again, I intend to cover pretty much every single Cubs or Brewers game of the playoffs. Both fan bases have been very supportive of the channel. So, again, it's just my way of thanking you guys so much for your support. And, again, I will be pretty much covering as far as possible for one of these teams. RC, how's it going again? Good to see you. I would say I can still call the World Series, but the Dodgers, that's the problem. That's the problem. Just the Dodgers fans, they just don't seem to really like the channel for some reason. It is what it is. The Giants are winning. Giants have just scored. They're up 26-17. Pending extra points to make it 27-17. Jeez, it does not look good tonight for Philly fans everywhere. We do have some college football happening as well. Wow, Kennesaw State 35, Louisiana Tech 7. East Carolina up 16-12 on Tulane. Jacksonville State 17, Sam Houston 14. Southern Miss 28, Georgia Southern 7. All right, Bryce Terang come to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Again, Boyd has looked pretty good so far in this one. As here is the pitch. That is a breaking ball. That is just inside for ball 1. Cubs fan behind the plate really upset about that, I guess. 1-0 count. Boyd delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I guess so, RC. I wouldn't know much about that myself. The 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low, and it's 2-1. So 2-1 counts to Terang. Again, the Brewers got to get something going, at least show some fight here. They want to stay in it. The 2-1. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. 2-2 count to Bryce Turang. As Boyd delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Turang goes down. That's Boyd's fourth strikeout. And that'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. He's batting .286, OPS of 1214 in the postseason. 1 homer and 3 RBIs. As Boyd delivers. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. The one guy behind home plate, just in the stands, just constantly doing this, the strike signal. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up. Bush is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin. Joshua Foster. 27-17, Giants leading. Yeah, we just saw that. Giants potentially with an upset. Again, the Philly fans not going to be feeling too great tonight if the Giants defeat the Eagles, because that just make it worse. I mean, the Phillies are just eliminated, and then the Giants defeating the Eagles would be tough. Here's the pitch to Durbin. That's right down the middle for a called strike. Again, if you're just joining us, Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brewers. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Nobody on. Caleb Durbin at the plate. It's a 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Durbin sends this to right, and that will make it an 0-2 count. Oh, and 2 is the count to the rookie third baseman, Caleb Durbin. Boyd delivers, cut on and found back, and it's still 0-2. Oh, and 2 count to Durbin. Boyd kicks and deals. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. 1-2 count. Boyd so far looking very, very good. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3. He struck him out. That is now his 5th strikeout of the game as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Cubs still leading, of course, 3-0. Boyd had been struggling entering this game. 5.40 ERA in 2 starts, but so far, very good. 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. It's been very good. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the MLB, the NFL, college football, make sure to definitely like and subscribe. Because I've been doing this since pretty much March is when I really started doing this. And it's been fun. So, again, I have no plans on stopping anytime soon. Again, I'm on here usually 6 days a week. And sometimes, if time and all that permits, I'll be doing a doubleheader. So a delayed doubleheader, possibly a tripleheader. I'm expecting to do a tripleheader for Sunday in the NFL this week. That'll be pretty fun. Hopefully that's a good day. But yeah, make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games. So yes, hit that like button and subscribe. It's completely free to do so. In the hockey world, not really much. I mean, the Penguins won. Wild over the Blues 4-0. Predators over the Blue Jackets 2-1. Stars over the Jets 3-1. Avalanche over the Mammoth 1-0. That's weird. That just seems like a fake name. The Mammoth. The Flames and the Canucks 0-0. Golden Knights and the Sharks 0-0. Ducks Kraken 0-0. Kraken also seems pretty fake. But you know what? I've gotten used to it. Bruins over the Blackhawks 4-3. Rangers over the Sabres 4-0. Wait, what? I thought no, they played the Islanders. Okay, Rangers over the Sabres 4-0. Canadiens over the Red Wings 5-1. Senators over the Lightning 5-4. Panthers over the Flyers 2-1. And the Flyers lost too. Geez, another Philly team losing. Hurricanes over the Devils 6-3. And then in the NFL, it's still 27-17. The Eagles looking like they're going to have to punt it. 4th and 16 at their own 38. Still plenty of time. There they are punting to the Giants 10. But yeah, that's pretty rough right now. And of course, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you'd like. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. We are returning as Peralta sets and fires. That's going to be popped up, and that will head out of play as it's 0-1 to Carson Kelly. Kelly 0 for 1, batting 190, OPS of 594, 1 homer and 1 RBI. Peralta kicks and deals. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. And it's 0-2. 0-2 count to Carson Kelly. Something, I guess, is in his eye. I don't know. Something. A little bit of a delay here on DrDelay. Again, the Cubs leading 3-0 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 4th inning. Peralta delivers. That is outside, and it's 1-2 to Kelly. One and 2 count. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. Check the swing. Did he go? He did not. And it's 2-2. 2-2 count to Carson Kelly. Peralta delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the breaking ball. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, who is... It's been a very animated guy. He's batting .217 this postseason. OPS of 434. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Peralta sets and fires. That's upstairs, and it's 1-0. 92 on the fastball. Again, Peralta, he's kind of settled down since the 1st inning, but definitely off, I would say. Here's the 1-0. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. One 1 count to Pete Crow Armstrong. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Peralta, again, just trying to tune out the noise. Not too noisy at the moment, but they have been pretty much ruthless. Again, chanting his name, Freddie. Definitely bothered him at the beginning of the game for sure. 1-2 count. Peralta delivers. That's a check swing. That was in the dirt, too. It bounced and then hit his bat. Wow. Geez, well, he made contact. 1-2 count. Peralta sets and fires. That's a breaking ball outside, and it's 2-2. That gets the Cubs fans going. So 2-2 is the count. Bottom of the 4th. Yeah, not really much happening as of late, folks. I'm sorry. If you feel like the game is not that exciting, it has definitely... The excitement was in the 1st inning for sure. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Now the Cubs fans getting animated. Peralta trying to get him a swing and miss. 28 pitches in the first, 24 in the second, 17 in the third, 11 here in the fourth. Cubs fans getting loud. Again, there's just 1 out. Peralta delivers, and PCA sends this to center, but it looks like that's going to be caught, and it is by Perkins for out number 2. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. It's batting 190, OPS of 499, no homers, 1 RBI. Peralta delivers. That's a chopper off of Contreras. 0-1. Swanson again, just, a lot of players, for the Cubs this postseason, where the averages and the, OPS definitely not what you would expect. But, the Padres series was kind of a pitching duel. And, of course, the first 2 games against the Cubs, against the Brewers. Brewers just pretty much dominated. Finally showing some life, really, in Game 3. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a chopper foul, and it's 0-2 to Swanson. The Brewers are warming up Ashby, as this might be the last inning for Peralta. Again, it's just not the best performance, but kind of settled down after the first inning. We can, I'm sure, all agree on that. Peralta sets, kicks and deals. Check the swing. Did he go? He did. He struck him out. We head to the top of the 5th. Your score: 3-0 Cubs over the Brewers. Peralta, I believe, going to finish with 6 strikeouts. If he is indeed yanked. I'm not too sure. Due up for the Brewers will be Frelick, Perkins, and Ortiz. All of them, of course, looking for the first hit. Only 1 hit for the Brewers. Try to move my big fat face. You can see there the Brewers only with 1 hit. The Cubs only with 3. I mean, that's about a normal pace, I guess, But the Brewers need to get something going. Folks, again, appreciate you guys right now. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the NFL, college football, or Major League Baseball, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, I'll be covering Saturday's game where the Brewers, again, and the Cubs, if the Cubs hold on and win, then I'll be sure to cover that game. I believe that game is on in the afternoon at 3 o'clock Central. Yep, 3:30. Of course, I can refresh this now because now the Phillies, Dodgers are gone. As we're slowly but surely removing teams from the postseason, folks. Baseball is ending very, very soon. Oh, that one's been moved to 7 o'clock now. Oh, okay. So, yeah, no more 3 o'clock. Now it's 7 o'clock, making sure that's accurate. Interesting. Well, there you have it. So, if the Cubs win, then I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock on Saturday. What game does that mean I can't do? What does that mean? Okay, interesting. That's okay. All right, let's see here. Whenever we do return to action again, it'll be Sal Frelick. Yeah, he's also struggled just in general. Bill, how's it going? Good to see you. Cubs, Brewers. Not really the most exciting baseball game I've seen. All the excitement, of course, in the first inning. But since then, it's been like nothing. Literally not much. So maybe we get some action here in the top of the 5th. Again, do want to appreciate I do really again appreciate you guys for hanging out and letting me call this game for you. Because again, I know there's a lot of options out there tonight. Yeah, I saw that too, Bill. That was absolutely atrocious. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Curveball, 73 on the gun. Lefty on lefty here as Boyd faces Frelick. As Boyd delivers, and that's a swing and a miss. That one was in the dirt. It's 0-2. Yeah, Kerkering just flat out choked in that Phillies-Dodgers game. He's going to get ripped for it. He choked. It is what it is. Here's the 0-2. That's low, and it's 1-2. To Sal Frelick. Again, he has not had a good postseason. Looking to get something going here. As Boyd delivers the 1-2. Frelick sends this to right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And Frelick heading for second. He is safe. I feel like I just heard something else here, but I don't know. I don't hear nothing now. So Frelick with a leadoff double. That might get something going for the Brewers. That'll bring up Blake Perkins. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Bill. That was just a choke. That was just a flat-out choke by Kerkering. Just didn't realize the situation for some reason. But yeah, Phillies fans, I'm sure, are very devastated. I feel bad for JJ. For sure, as Boyd looks back and fires. Breaking ball that is upstairs, and it's ball one. This is Perkins. Again, batting .273. OPS of .637. No homers, 1 RBI. Runner on second, nobody out. Boyd delivers, showing bunt, pulls back. That's going to be upstairs and inside. Again, 2-0 count. Perkins is 0 for 1 on the night. 2-0. Boyd delivers. That's inside, and it's 3-0. Cubs fans not happy, though. I think they're directing that to the umpire. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too, Bill. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. 3-0 count. Boyd sets, looks back at second, and fires. That's inside, but it's called a strike. So 3-1 count now. Again, that should have been ball 4. Boyd only at 60 pitches, so been very efficient so far. As Boyd looks back at second and fires. Way outside. And that is a walk. Now there's runners at first and second. With nobody out, that'll bring up Joey Ortiz. Palencia is warming up in the bullpen. Looks like we're going to have a mound visit here. So, again, it's a little bit of a situation here for the Cubs. They've been pretty dominant so far, but the Brewers showing some life here with runners on first and second. Nobody out in the top of the 5th. Again, the Cubs leading 3-0, folks. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so already, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Again, it's a growing channel. I can't emphasize that enough. It really is. Pretty much over 1,000 subs in the past 9 weeks. We really are growing, and it's really awesome. So, again, appreciate you guys. Let me call this game for you because, again, I know there's a lot of competition out there tonight. Ortiz steps in as the Cubs faithful start to rise and get a little bit loud. Infield kind of playing a little in here. First and third playing in. And Ortiz showing bunt, and he's going to step off. Look back, Frelick to the bag. Yeah, I believe it's in the third quarter. I haven't checked in about 10 minutes, but it's still probably in the third quarter. There's about 6 minutes left when I checked earlier. Ortiz showing bunt. Here's the pitch. The bunt is down, and that is going to stay fair. Throws to first. Very good bunt by Ortiz, moving the runners up. Pretty good bunt. Going to the plate is Yelich. It's 5 for 14 in the series, batting .357, OPS of .867. It's about to be the end of the fourth quarter. Still in the third there. 29 seconds left in the third quarter there, Bill. Boyd looks over at third. Looks over again. And fires. That is upstairs, but it's called a strike. Pretty high strike there to Christian Yelich. Boyd looks over at third. Looks over again. And fires. That's going to be chopped off Yelich, and it's 0-2, and the Cubs fans are rising to their feet. They're getting loud. They are getting loud. 0-2 count. Boyd sets, looks over at third, and fires. Check the swing, that's low. And it's 1-2. That one was in the dirt. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the Giants did lose, but, it would be devastating for Philly fans. I mentioned that earlier. The Flyers lost, the Phillies lost, and then the Eagles losing all. That would be so bad. Here's the 1-2. Check this swing. Did he go? He did not. Cubs fans booing. They wanted the strike call. Again, that was definitely not. Two and two count. Boyd sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. I couldn't pronounce a miss. Oh, man. That was huge. And now there's 2 outs with Jackson Chourio coming to the plate. Oh, man, that was huge. That pitch wasn't in the strike zone at all. And it looks like that's actually going to be it for Boyd. So Boyd will exit to a standing ovation. He is responsible for the runners on first and second. But again, there are 2 outs. So there is that. Folks, again, appreciate you guys. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. As I just saw something on my screen say, Darts is looking a little Mahomey tonight. That is actually insane. That is something I just saw. Wow. So, yeah. Glad to see Boyd. He looked pretty good. He looked a little shaky there. So make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. Hold on one second. But yeah, again, if you do like the MLB, if you like the NFL, if you like college football, make sure to do so. Again, that is what this channel is. I call sports games. Again, it's I call football and, of course, MLB. So again, if you're a sports fan, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay, because that's pretty much what I do on the channel. Eagles have the ball 3rd and 12 at their own 10. They are, man, that would be quite the upset. The Eagles are broken. Personally, I'm not upset with that at all. Just saying. So I'm sorry. Start of the 4th, you get 27-17. Yeah, definitely not upset if the Eagles were to continue to lose. 1st and 2nd. Yes, James, I'm sorry. That scoreboard will be a little bit off. No, they're on 2nd and 3rd. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ortiz bunted. That's right. I forgot about that. That's my bad. I forgot that Ortiz bunted them over. But yes, they're on second and third. That's on me. There are times, though, yes, where that scoreboard will be a mess up. So it's a my bad. So this is Chourio coming to the plate again. Palencia coming in for the Cubs. So Chourio, again, it's been 538 this postseason, 1461 OPS. Palencia sets and fires. And Chourio pops it up. First pitch. Swanson is under it and makes the catch. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Cubs lead 3-0 over the Brewers. Man, this is trending towards a Cubs victory, but you never know. You never know. Looking at the past scores. 9-3 Brewers over the Cubs, 7-3 Brewers over the Cubs, 4-3. Now it's 3-0. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, I know there's a lot of competition for tonight's game. So definitely appreciated that you guys are here listening. And yeah, I don't really have much else to add. I just kind of went over everything earlier. So yeah, I don't know. And again, if you are interested in Thursday Night Football, the Giants currently up 27-17, and they have the ball at their own 36. So the Giants again may knock off the Eagles. That would be quite the upset. And college football, it's 19-19 there in Tulane, East Carolina. Sam Houston looking to get their first win against Jacksonville State. Southern Miss 28, Georgia Southern 14. Kennesaw State 35, Louisiana Tech 7. New pitcher for the Brewers will be Trevor McGill. He's been pretty good. Why do you swing at the first pitch with runners on? Yeah, I don't know. That was definitely different. Yep, Dodgers already moved on. Jays, yep, they defeated the Yankees as well. Yeah, Seattle and Detroit. That'll be interesting. Most people, pretty much from what I've gathered when I talk to people, they are picking. Most people have picked Seattle to win. I don't know. I don't know if I'd sleep on the Tigers. I wouldn't. I know I'm not. I wouldn't. Man, this is, again, the commercial breaks are very long in the postseason. That's just the way it is. RC very happy about the Cubbies. Brewers punting. Yeah, they're just playing field position at this point, I guess. All right, this is Trevor McGill. He'll be on for the Brewers. 6-3 record in the regular season. 2.49 ERA as McGill sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside. And it's ball one. So 1-0 count as McGill sets and fires. That is outside, and it's 2-0. 2-0 count to Matt Shaw. Matt Shaw getting his first hit of his postseason career tonight. McGill delivers. That is low, and it's 3-0. Definitely not what the Brewers need. They need to get back on at the plate. 3-0 count. And the Cubs are booing their own player, asking for time. That's interesting. 3-0 count to Matt Shaw. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, ball 4. That'll bring up Michael Busch. Batting .286, OPS of .1089, 3 homers, 3 RBIs. Nestor, are you saying Nestor Cortez? No, Nestor is with the Padres. As here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Cubs fans didn't like the call. Busch is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. 34 home runs, of course, in the regular season. OPS north of 800 as McGill sets. And a pickoff attempt, but he's back safe and sound. Oh, and 1 count. McGill sets. Rocks and fires. That's gone on and going to be fouled back, and it's 0 and 2. Oh, and 2 count to Michael Busch. Cat breaking in here again. 0 and 2 count. McGill sets. Checks on the runner, kicks, and deals. And that's going to be called strike 3. He struck him out on the outside corner. That'll bring up Nico Hoerner. He's batting .400 this postseason. OPS of .945. 1 homer and 2 RBIs. Thing is right next to my nose. Pickoff attempt, but he's back safe and sound. There we go. I looked, he had Tucker walk and a home run, made that bet. Oh, geez. Well, we'll see how it goes. Again, Nico Hoerner is 1 for 2. McGill sets and fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. McGill sets and fires. Ooh, did he go? He did. And it's 0 and 2. I think during this half inning, I might have to go ahead and eject my cat out of here. She can be quite the menace to things in my room. 0 and 2 count as McGill sets and fires. Cut on and hit to right, but that's going foul. Tucker. Well, I thought it was Happ that hit the home run. Am I tripping? Yeah, no, Happ hit the home run. 0 and 2 count. McGill sets and fires. Way outside, and it's 1 and 2. 1 and 2 count to Nico Hoerner. Again, runner on at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. McGill sets. And he delivers. Cut on and hit to right. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. Frelick is there to throw it in. So now there's runners at first and second. That'll bring up Kyle Tucker. So for 1 with the walk. Oh, any of those. Oh, that seems like a. Okay. Well, yeah, as long as he gets on base. Okay. Dang little cat here. Okay, so we're going to have a pitching change as McGill, I guess, is done. So that'll bring in Ashby. So give me a sec. I apologize. Normally I don't do this, but you know, I gotta remove this young cat out of here. I'll be back. Give me like 30 seconds. Was that embarrassing? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, just had to get her out of here because she is a menace, folks. She will literally start terrorizing everything in this room. So it's a pitching change. Ashby, I believe, is the pitcher coming in for the Brewers. Yeah. Ashby has been kind of struggling in the postseason, an ERA of a 9, the 1.67 ERA. Heart attack, I don't know. We'll see. It's not trending good in a good way for the Brewers. Pick 6 and the Eagles for drive. Almost a pick 6. Yeah, that'd be pretty much the game over there. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles, but again, I don't think most people would complain because I think most people are kind of tired of the Eagles. Again, this is Kyle Tucker at the plate, batting .238, OPS of .598, no homers, no RBIs. In the postseason, he's 0 for 1 with the walk today. There are runners on first and second with just one out. Ashby delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Again, the Cubs leading 3-0 here. Really we haven't had too much action, as far as a baseball game is concerned. But we are seeing a little bit here. Again, runners on first and second. Shaw got on with a walk. And then Horner just got on with a base hit to right. Here's the 0-1. That's a breaking ball. Did he go? He did not. And it's 1-1 to Kyle Tucker. One count to Tucker, who I think stepped out. Tucker, of course, won a World Series with the Astros. I'm sure everyone loves the Astros. Tucker just stepping out and in of the box, like repeatedly. Stepping in, stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, stepping in, stepping out. Like literally, I'm not even kidding. 1-1 count to Tucker. Ashby looks over at first and second and delivers. That is low, and it's 2-1. So 2-1 count to Tucker as the Cubs fans liked that one. This mic is just still throwing me off. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. 2-1 count. Ashby looks back and delivers. Runner goes to third. Throw, and he is safe. Shaw takes third. Horner takes second. So Murphy didn't look too happy with that. Not looking, no umpire were looking. And Murphy, so runners now in second and third for the Cubs. They're looking to get this dub. PI in the end zone. Pass interference, second. Yeah, pass interference can be a ticky-tack thing. Touchdown Giants, 34-17. Holding over here, 4-0 lead. Yeah, no, well, could be a 4-0 lead soon. As Ashby delivers, that's a swing and a miss, and it's 3-2 to Kyle Tucker. Yeah, I think the Giants are going to beat the Eagles, folks. Just like how we all thought it, huh? 3-2 count. The pitch. That is outside just barely for ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Did catch a little bit of the zone, but again, it's a 50-50 call. Mound visit here for Ashby. He just came in. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play DrDelay. Again, I know there's a lot of options out there tonight. So, again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out in this one. Of course, I'll be back for Saturday's match if the Cubs, of course, hold on. That's going to be happening at 7 o'clock Central. Brewers and the Cubs, of course. If, of course, again, the result holds. If not, then I'll be doing college football pretty much the entire day. Loaded bases, yep. Who do you think would give the Dodgers a run for their money? I think both. I genuinely believe both these teams could do that, could be that team. So, yeah, no, I think both of them could knock out the Dodgers. That's going to be in there for a called strike as it's 0-1. Lazy man, I'm just a man. I appreciate it, though. 0-1 count, bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside, and it's a 1-1. Cubs fans have been pretty much standing the entire inning. They are just very excited, looking to extend this 3-0 lead. Ashby sets and fires. That's going to be a foul. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. The count is 1-2. Ashby sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be cranked to right, but that is going foul. So he stays alive at 1-2. Ian Happ is on deck. And he's the one that has made the biggest difference tonight. The 1-2, that is way upstairs. Nice stop there by Contreras, but it's 2-2 now. Yeah, don't want to use all your offense tonight. I'm sure Brewers fans feel the same way about the first two games. Cubs fans are getting loud. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside, and it's 3-2. Breaking ball just couldn't break enough towards the plate. Man, the Cubs fans are loud. 3-2 count. Ashby sets and fires. Did he go? He went! Called strike 3. Breaking ball in the dirt. They do not like that call. Cubs fans don't like the call. That'll bring up Ian Happ. Again, he's 1 for 2. It's 1 for 2. Again, he has that 3-run shot earlier. Jeez, on all these dang ads. And that's going to be sent to center. But Perkins is there to make the catch as the ball dies into his glove for out number 3. Bases loaded, 1 out, nothing doing. We head to the top of the 6th. The Cubs still lead 3-0 over the Brewers. I'm sorry, no fingers. The fingers didn't work. Make sure again, folks, if you haven't done so already, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games, folks. So again, if you like baseball, you like the NFL, you like college football, this is what I do. I call games. So again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, I know there's a lot of competition out there in the YouTube world as far as covering this game, so I do appreciate it. A lot of big streamers out there, so I'm just trying to survive. Again, appreciate you guys for chatting away, and of course just viewing the game, making me feel not so lonely. I do appreciate you guys. Again, it's a growing channel, folks. Over 1,000 subs have been added on to the channel in the last 9 months, and of course subscribing doesn't mean you pay. There's no subscription. You're just, it's free. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan. Of course, in the Thursday night game, the Giants are blowing out the Eagles 34-17. Yes, 3 scores to me is a blowout. But, of course, the Eagles might be able to get some scoring done soon. We'll see. But it's not looking pretty. Russell Wilson has made an appearance at quarterback. I don't know if that's like a thing because it's a blowout or because Dart was hurt for a play. I don't know. But, geez, A.J. Brown getting his targets and catches, but they're losing. Oh, man, I'm sure Philly fans will love that. Oh, geez. I thought you were muted, but it turns out my Bluetooth piece. Oh, you're good. You're good, man. It's all good. All right, due up for the Brewers will be Contreras, Turang, and Vaughn whenever we do return to Chicago. And actually, I will be streaming tomorrow. I am on here 6 days a week. Normally, my Friday, I don't do anything, or I don't do anything YouTube-wise, as I call a game for the local high school, but they have an off week, so I'll be actually calling a game tomorrow night. Unsure what it'll be. Obviously, there's baseball, but I could do a college football game. But again, it's just more content for the channel. You don't have to be there, of course. Just letting you guys know I'll probably be on tomorrow night. Let's see here as Palencia sets again. He faces Contreras. As here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a call strike. If I may ask, do you like calling the game more or chatting with commentators or the commenters more? Which is your favorite? Ooh, that's a good question. 0-1 count. Palencia sets and fires. That is inside for 1-1. I try to talk to you guys. I enjoy both. That's a tough one. Do I think he swung? I don't know. They never showed the replay. That's usually not a good sign as Contreras yanks this right to the third baseman Shaw for out number 1. So 1 away. That'll bring up Bryce Turang, who's batting 143, OPS of 414. I don't know. Either or. Palencia sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be outside, and it's ball 1. I think the Mariners take Game 5 tomorrow. A lot of people agree with you, Donovan. I don't know. There's part of me that's just like, everyone's counting out the Tigers, so it's like, yeah, I feel like I'm going to pick the Tigers to win tomorrow. Here's the 1-0. That's a big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 to Bryce Turang. So no, I definitely. I don't know. I mean, I could see either or. I really can, but I don't know. I'm leaning Tigers because everyone's on the Mariners now. Here's the 1-1. That's a ground ball to second. Oh, what a play by Horner. Throws to first for out number 2. So 2 away. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. It's batting .250 OPS of 1080, 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Eagles 68, Wolves 51. Oh, congrats. Congrats on the victory for your Eagles, Trisk. Not so much for the Philadelphia Eagles, though. They are not doing too well right now. That's going to be yanked to the left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Maybe some 2-out magic here for the Brewers. I'm not too sure, but they need to get something going. Mariners in Game 5 situation. I had no idea. Oh, yeah, no, the Mariners-Tigers should be a good one. Should be a good one tomorrow. What's good? I'm sorry, JJ. Oh, my goodness. I'm here talking trash on the Philadelphia Eagles a little bit. Not really. I'm just spitting facts. They're losing bad to the Giants. I'm very sorry, though. I feel bad for you. I was really pulling for the Phillies. I think we all were. And, of course, you're the first person I thought of. I'm like, man, JJ, that's a bummer. That's going to be in there for a called strike. But, yeah, JJ, hang in there, man. I'm very sorry. I know you put your heart and soul into calling the Eagles games and the Phillies games. So yeah, I'm just hang in there. It'll better days ahead as Durbin cranks this to left, but that is caught by Happ for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs still leading 3-0. So again, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry, JJ. I'll try to chat with you soon. Not today, then tomorrow for sure. Let's see here. You were down 32-45. Oh, wow. That's a good comeback. This is what the people are talking about. The Brewers joke. I know. I'm trying. I know. So, Magic, I'm just saying, where are you from, big dog? Look, I know I'm fat, but geez, originally from Pennsylvania. I currently live in Texas. You're going out to the bar. Okay, well, be careful out there. Please be responsible, of course. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, Kawhi shot. Yeah, that changed the Sixers franchise for sure. Actually, I don't know. I feel like Ben Simmons passing the ball underneath. Who was that? Whenever he did that, when he was pretty much a wide open layup, then he passed it. The loss to the Hawks. That changed the Sixers franchise. Oh, man. But yeah, please just be careful out there, JJ. And yeah, definitely we'll chat with you soon. We love you too, JJ. And I don't throw that word around too much, but I'm saying we. Can't say I. No, I can't do that. But I'll say we, though. We do. You're from Wisconsin, Jeff, but you're a Cubby diehard. We have some... Oh, I bet you do have some weather. Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks. Sorry to bring up bad memories. Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks. And who was the redhead? Oh, man, that guy was just owning the Sixers. Kevin Horter or something like that. That guy was just dominating the Sixers. Couldn't stop him. Jeez, let's see here. Gnarly lightning and rain more north, but working its way down. Okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Well, that would be kind of a bummer for me because, yeah, that would be a bummer because then I have to stay up. And I'm kind of already tired. I didn't really sleep well last night. I've just been having issues sleeping. RC's from Chicago. I'd rather commentate. I don't know. Again, it's either or. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. Whenever I'm talking to you guys, I feel like I actually call a better game because then it gets the, again, this game, a lot of action earlier, had a little bit of there. But a lot of dead time. So then the game kind of gets you can probably feel it on your end. I don't have as much passion in the calls as Ashby kicks and deals to Carson Kelly. That is upstairs ball 1. But yeah, when I'm interacting with you guys, then it makes the call, I think, better because then the energy's high if the game stinks. Now, if the game's great, then, I'm good. But definitely do appreciate you guys. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a swing and a miss as that's a breaking ball in the dirt to 1-1. 1-1 count. Let's say we've got a hat trick. Oh, wow. DeLay, are you a Pittsburgh resident? Never was. Never probably will be. Feel that way too? Yeah, I just feel like it's the way. That's the way. 1-1 count. That's going to be inside, and it's 2-1, 97 on the fastball. Kelly tonight is 0 for 2. Looking to, again, just get some insurance here. Peralta, again, really the only guy that allowed any runs. As here's the 2-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 98 on the inside corner. That one hit by Happ has pretty much just been the difference of this one. Just not much offense. Not much offense. 2-2. Ashby sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be a chopper to third. Durbin. Oh, and he mismanages it. As he fumbles it away, Ashby has to get it, and of course, Kelly is at first. So a fumble by Durbin. That was the chopper there. It's always tough. He had it in his glove though, just didn't squeeze. What about the Bears? RC? Oh yeah, I don't know. Everyone thinks I'm from Iowa. I lived and visited there before. My favorite basketball college team is Iowa though. No, yeah, I got you. I don't know. People don't really. They just assume I'm from Pittsburgh. That's not the case at all. That's going to be low and in the dirt. Ball 1. No team. Yeah, no, that was the worst way to end the season, JJ. I don't know if you're still here, but like I said, yeah, we are all we're all thinking about you. That was so bad. Oh my goodness. 1-0 count. Ashby looks over at first. Looks over again. And fires. Showing bunt. It is. A bunt is down. He's going to throw to first. Looks like he kind of threw at his head. So Ashby better be careful there. I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know if the Cubs liked it or either. So far, no reaction. Again, that was a high and inside fastball. Again, Pico Armstrong just hanging in there. Pico Armstrong, that ball was coming. It was tailing in at his face, and he still got the bunt down. That is, I'm a PCA guy. I really enjoy watching him play. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I've never been to a Steelers game now. Never been. 0-1 count, runner at second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Ashby sets as he faces Swanson, who's 0 for 2 on the night. Ashby looks back and fires. That's going to be jammed, and that's fouled back, and it's 0-2. The count is 0-2 as I believe Swanson asked for time. I don't know. It's been a lot of delay here. Ashby sets, looks back at second. And fires. Breaking ball, that is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. No, bro, you're big dog because you're calling the game for us, and where I'm at, I can't get on radio. And I don't have cable. I appreciate you guys again for letting me call the game. Again, like I'm saying, I said it earlier, there's a lot of people covering this game. So I really do appreciate those of you that are sticking around for me calling it. The 1-2, breaking ball outside, and it's 2-2. I'm trying to do things the right way, of course. Obviously can't show the game or else my channel's gone. Obviously, there are people that somehow get away with it. It is what it is. But yeah, definitely trying to do things the right way. It's all me here. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be a foul tip, and it's 2-2 once more. So, again, I do appreciate you guys for that. I really do. Only been to one Cowboys Timberwolves. Yeah, I just don't do NBA. That's why you're big dog. Don't ever not have confidence. You're the man, brethren. Tell yourself that when you brush your teeth tomorrow. Okay, I will. I'll look in the mirror and I'll be sure to do that. As here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 3. Yeah, I do appreciate that. I really do. 3-2 count. I'll leave my sob story for later as the Cubs fans are rising to their feet. Runner on second with 1 out. Cubs fans getting loud. They're clapping. They're hollering. 3-2, and Swanson asks for time. Cubs fans booing Swanson. I don't think they know that, though. My Brewers always got to make it too close. If not, end in heartbreak. It is pretty sad. It's okay. Even if you lose today, we go and play on Saturday. Here's the 3-2. That is inside and low. Ball 4. Ashby hates himself. He can't believe it. That'll bring up Matt Shaw. Looks like we're having a mound visit. I don't think it's a pitching change. So, yeah, Contreras coming to the mound here. That is not Murphy, so that's the pitching coach. Let's just say I appreciate those words. Let's just say that. It's been a tough stretch for sure. Folks, again, during this mound visit, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. I call games for the MLB. Well, okay, I don't call them for the actual companies, obviously, the businesses, sports entertainment, but I call MLB games, I call NFL, and of course I call college football games. So definitely like and subscribe if you're a fan of either one of those 3. Of course, I'm assuming most of you guys are baseball fans. I'd assume that. It's a safe assumption, I know, but yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. And again, if this result holds, these 2 teams play Saturday at 7 o'clock Central Time. So make sure, again, to subscribe. I'll be calling that game regardless of what happens that day. I'm calling it. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. They're in computer meltdown. A complete meltdown. Okay. Well, again, I mean, you can look at it as well. The home team has won every single game this series. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be cut on and hit to right, as that is tailing foul. Kirker had time to throw him at it first. I know, Doug, that was horrible. That was one of the worst ways I've ever seen a baseball season end. In fact, that might have been the worst. 0-2, here's the pitch. That's going to be poked to center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. He's rounding third, heading for home. Throw is going to be cut off by the pitcher, and it's now 4-0 Cubs. And now it's 4-0. Matt Shaw gets an RBI single. The Cubs fans love it. Brewers fans, maybe not so much. And he reached way in the dirt for that one. I mean, that was, or I should say low. It wasn't quite in the dirt, but it was right there, about to touch it. Pretty sure his bat hit the dirt. Ashby sets and fires to Bush. Bush grounder to first. Oh, what a play by the first baseman. Vaughn is going to step on first for out number 2. That saved probably 2 runs there. That was a great stop by Vaughn to keep this 4-0. How don't you yank Ashby? I feel like that might be happening here. I saw there might be a mound visit. Yeah, Ashby has definitely struggled. I'm assuming that's the case because there's a long delay here. They're not even showing anything. So I'm assuming Ashby is done. And he is, as he punches Contreras in the chest Ashby hands the ball off, and we're having another pitching change. That is playoff baseball, folks. Pitching change after pitching change after pitching change. And then they'll throw in another pitching change. So, yeah, the Giants have won. Wow. That is a wow indeed. 34-17. Of course, again, in this one, Cubs leading 4-0 over the Brewers. We're in a pitching change. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. But the Giants have officially defeated the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles falling to 4-2. The Giants are 2-4. And this is after losing to the Saints. I mean, that is just bad. But again, it was a divisional matchup. Yeah, that's just, again, they threw the ball a lot. I mean, A.J. Brown might be happy, but I don't think Eagles fans will be. Dallas Goedert will have a day there, sir. Scatterbo, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that is just a wow. Jackson Dart with a touchdown through the air and on the ground. Jeez, can't speak. Folks, again, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is, again, what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like baseball, if you like football, make sure to like and subscribe. Looks like we're having a redirect. So, thank you, Rising Rhino. Folks, again, make sure to definitely subscribe to Rising Rhino, as I'd like to welcome those of you that just watched the Giants defeat the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. We've got some Thursday night playoff baseball as the Cubs are currently leading over the Brewers 4-0. Again, appreciate you guys for the redirect. Again, make sure to subscribe to Rising Rhino. So definitely a upset, I would say. Most of us, I mean, I doubt anybody picked the Giants to defeat the Eagles. I would be shocked if that were the case. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Right now, again, the Cubs are leading 4-0 over the Brewers. New pitcher on the mound as he looks over at third and he sets. Rhino sent me again. Appreciate you, Hawkins. 6 of Maine. Here's the pitch. That's going to be jammed, and that's going to be fouled back. And it's 0-1. Game Boy Rhino. Yeah, again, appreciate you guys. Chamas, good to see you. Good to see you guys. No, it's all good. I mean, RC, like I said, you guys, again, I appreciate you guys for staying on for the redirect, saying hi. Again, if you guys want to head out, I don't blame you guys at all. It's okay. Again, football, baseball, kind of different sports. But, of course, if you're just a sports fan, you're, of course, welcome to hang out, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-2 on the outside corner. Matt followed a Rhino. A Rhino wandered into the doctor's office. 0-2 counts. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Patrick sets. Kicks and deals. That is outside and handled well by Contreras. Makes it a 1-2 count. Your checkup. I'm prescribing some baseball. That's what I have for you. Giants fan, like number 53. Awesome. Thank you again, Giants fan. Always liking my stuff. Again, appreciate it. Again, folks, make sure to subscribe to Rising Rhino as he continues to rise up, as that's a ground ball to second. Terang throws to first for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 7th. The Cubs leading the Brewers 4-0. Brutal night. Yep, the Phillies, of course, losing Doug. Then obviously the Eagles lost. Then the Flyers also lost as well. So yeah, I know if you're a Philadelphia fan, not a good night. Definitely a rough night. Let's see here. Let me get that. I don't know how you guys stay on the commercials here. Okay, let's see here. Boo, come on, Brewers. Okay, saw that one. It's time for a check. Okay. Let me catch up here. Brutal. Yeah. The Brewers are experts at losing. Okay, well, we'll see, Brad. Now, if the Cubs could just take this. Yeah, they're. We'll see. Have a great team. Thank you, Giants fan, for stopping on by. take 2 foul balls before bed. No, that's not what I'm prescribing. Hey, doctor, do you like my logo? Yeah, that's definitely neat. Definitely neat. Go Brewers, says Eduardo. Eduardo 999779. Let's see, Rhino. Yes, again, appreciate it. Again, I'd like to welcome all of you that were watching the Giants over the Eagles. Again, we got some playoff baseball for you over here in the doctor's office. I really don't want to make that a thing, actually. No, this is the doctor's office. But yeah, appreciate it. What's up? I'm just hanging out, calling games, man. You know the drill. Jays or Mariners? Who do I have? I mean, considering that the Mariners aren't a guaranteed shot. Again, everyone's picking the Mariners. It makes me want to go for the Tigers. I might just call the game tomorrow and just hate watch tomorrow. I know I usually broadcast and don't actually pick a team, but I think I might actually do it because everyone's like Mariners. You know what? Now I was just like, yeah, the Tigers. Let's go Tigers. Might be a Tigers fan for one day. Like to thank you, Matt. You're a legend. Appreciate you, man. What a win. I know, right? Giants fan is happy today with the game. I bet she is. Looking like the Brewers are proving the regular season records mean nothing. Well, again, I get what you're saying, but I am going to say that if the Cubs win, then they'll have won as many games as the Brewers have this series. So, again, I disagree with that altogether. Again, why does your Spanish... I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. It's an Indianapolis Rhino. DrDelay, no one would stay. Probably. I would still hate watch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Delay rising on up. I don't know. We'll see. We're just kind of hit and miss sometimes. This is Sal Frelick. It's 0 for 1. Or pardon me, 1 for 2. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That's upstairs. And it's 1-1. The doctor's office where healthcare is free in the form of sports games. There we go. That's yeah. There we go. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, too. And again, thank you for the redirect. Yes, 110 because of Rhino. We were hovering around 80, so that's pretty nice. Again, there's a lot of competition out there, of course. So, again, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. As here's the 2-1. That's a big swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Mariners have some real weak links. Suarez isn't the same either. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be inside. Oh, he called strike 3. Frelick can't believe it. Neither can I, honestly. That was just a interesting call. That was way inside, but I think he wanted to go home. I'm not too sure. That'll bring up Blake Perkins. It's batting .273, OPS of .697, no homers, a 1 RBI. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. You missed Rhino twice, so you can't make it. Well, you can't make every show, but it's all good, RC. We know you. We do appreciate you, RC, of course, as that's going to be low for ball 1. Again, for me, the way I look at it, again, I'm just entertainment, folks. You can turn me off at any time. Just say, click, I want another channel. Or click, yeah, I got other things to do, buddy. Rather than you call this game. 1-1 counts. Pomerantz sets and fires. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Feeling very rigged. I don't know if it's rigged, but that was not a great call. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be called. Strike 3 at the knees. He struck him out. Perkins doesn't like the call, but that one was definitely in for strike 3. That'll bring up Joey Ortiz. The Bucks are also choke artists, too. Not fun watching Wisconsin teams postseason. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll be doing Game 5 for sure. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. We had some bad calls at the beginning of the game as well. And he'd been calling a pretty good game for the most part. 0-1 count. Pomerantz sets and fires. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Pomerantz looks really good. I know it's right. I'm going to say good evening. I'm just waiting for... Oh, yeah, no. Good evening. Here's the 0-2. That's a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Turn one of the bad calls into a 3-run. Yep. 1-2 count. Pomerantz sets. And fires. Cut on and hit to right. And that's going to go foul. But yes, no, I'm doing this whole series. Again, I have a lot of Brewers fans that have subscribed. A lot of Cubs fans that have subscribed. So again, this is pretty much my thank you for subscribing. So yes, I'm covering this entire series. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. And it's 2-2. So I really do appreciate you guys. Jeff is now trolling the Brewers fans. But again, I want to add, I understand this would be even the game here is that's going to be sent to right. Coming in is Suzuki, who makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It is 4-0. But again, I want to mention that. Okay, all right, Jeff. You can't do the hillbilly thing. All right, we're gonna put you in a little timeout. Gonna have to put you in a timeout here. But again, I just want to let you know that if the Cubs win, all they did was tie it. We can't just ignore it. I understand there's momentum and all that, but so what you're saying is, the team won 2 in a row, so they're going to win that third one. Well, what just happened with the Brewers and Cubs? You know what I'm saying? Brewers win the first 2 at home. Then we go to Wrigley. Then they win 2 there. So, if anything, it just means the home team has been very dominant. That's what I'm seeing. So, I mean, I understand there's that, the thing of where the Brewers just seem to choke in the playoffs, but I don't know. Again, I won't count them out. I've seen a lot of Brewers games, and I think they're very good. Same again with the Cubs. It's not like I'm pulling for the Brewers. I have no dog in this fight. But again, we got a lot of there's some solid baseball teams here, folks. Respect the homestand, looking good. They are looking very good. Going for Milwaukee just means a little home cooking goes a long way. It does. Home field advantage in baseball is huge. Obviously, it wasn't for the Phillies, but for the most part, it really is across all. I mean, it's pretty big in most sports. In the NFL, it's still pretty big. That's kind of the home field advantage isn't a big thing in there for some reason. It's not as big of a deal anymore for some places. But let me go ahead and show you just some of the home field stuff when it comes to baseball. I want to show my Pirates. Pirates are terrible this year, but they were 44-37 at home. Look at the Dodgers at home, 52-29. But away they were 500, 41-40. Padres made the playoffs. They had a losing record on the road. The Cubs on the road, 42-39, just above 500. And again, baseball, the Mets are horrible. They could play in front of their fans at Citi Field, but once they stepped away, they were amongst one of the worst away teams in all of baseball. So in baseball, it is a big deal. And I just think let's not overreact is pretty much what I'm trying to say here about this game. Again, hats off to the Cubs. They're playing well. They're going to, they're trending in the direction of winning. But, I would just pump the brakes on both sides. One of the Brewers fans getting all depressed, all sad, like, oh my gosh, we're the worst, blah, 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 blah. And the Cubs fans say, oh man, we're about to play the Dodgers. Again, I would just wait on that as that's going to be outside for ball 1. This is Robert Gasser. I'm not going to lie, I've never seen him pitch before. But 3.18 ERA in the regular season. Only pitched 5 innings. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low, and it's 2-0. all these teams are too good to be swept by. Yeah, I know. Everyone that's remaining for sure. Completely agree. Completely agree. Now in the playoffs, I mean, the Reds were terrible. The Reds were pretty bad. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be cut on and hit to left, and that's going to go foul. The Reds were not a playoff team. They just snuck in. MLB is a bigger deal because every field is different. And in the NFL, every 100 yards are the same. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if that's the reason, but that's a good argument. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be swung on and hit to center. Perkins running back at the ivy. That one is gone. And it's now 5-0. I think we're playing on Saturday, folks. That seems to be what I'm gathering. It seems to me that I will see you guys Saturday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. Coming to the plate will be Seiya Suzuki. It's batting .200, OPS of .791 this postseason, 2 homers and 4 RBIs. The Brewers, again, they haven't looked good. They haven't looked good. Gasser delivers. And that's going to be inside for ball 1. Again, I've never heard of Gasser. I'm not going to lie. So, I mean, if you guys have heard of Gasser, well, definitely let me know what you think of him, as that's going to be a grounder to third. Durbin has it, throws to first. The throw is way off. What in the world? I mean, it was going to be a tough play. But now it just might seem to be, it might just starting to boil over here. We'll see. That'll bring up Ian Happ again. He had that 3-run shot in the first inning. That was pretty much, I mean, you're going to say that was the turning point of this game. It really was. Or been on the Tucker walk-in homer just made, yeah. It's over. I do believe the Cubs will win. Trending that way. Most likely will. Brewers have just looked so, they just haven't been able to get on base. That's really their thing. They get on base and take advantage. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 1. Gas is something else. 1-0 count to Ian Happ. Runner on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be sent to left center. And Perkins at the ivy. That one is caught just shy. Oh, man, that could have, if that were in the day, I would say that was gone. But that was just a Gasser right now, not throwing gas. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. Perkins doing a good job. Again, hand on the ivy, hand on everything. It was the better chance of beating the Dodgers. I think again, either of these teams really can. Here's the pitch. That's going to be jammed, and that's going to go foul. Toronto, yeah, Toronto's good. Toronto's good. I would say they're the best team in the AL. I think they beat whoever advances tomorrow out of Detroit, Seattle. That's going to be low, and it's a 1-1. It's passing. that's yeah. 1-1 count. Gasser sets and fires. That's in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Just miss. He really did. Yeah, it was close. Talking about the NL. Yeah, either one. I think, again, I think either of these teams can. I just, it looks like I'm playing politics here, both sides, but, it's true. As Kelly sends this to left, and that is, oh, it is gone. Oh, I was awaiting the call. I thought that was foul. But Kelly with the 2-run shot, and Gasser is already gassed. As the Cubs lead 7-0. The Bears are all over the Packers right now. 7-0. Gassed out. He's gassed. Seattle versus LA. Jeez, I don't follow baseball much, but the local news said that the Brewers have not won the playoffs in 10 years. Why spoil that? Jeez, it is gone. Yeah, it just snuck in there. Look at that. Blue Jays are winning the World Series versus the Cubs. Oh, wow, that'd be interesting. That's the game, folks. Pretty much, I would say. I mean, at this point. They are reviewing. Is that foul? That's a foul ball. It is not 7-0, folks. It's going to be taken off the board. This isn't football, yeah. Yep, it's 7-0, but I think that is going to be coming off the board. That is going to be coming off the board. It's going to be 5-0. That home run was foul. If it's literally fair, then wow. I mean, that's clearly the video evidence there. So they're still reviewing this. Again, as of now, it's a 2-run home run. But yeah, that's going to be overturned. Yeah, I can see that, Andre. He's just used to eat up innings just to get out of there. Yeah, it's not use all their offense tonight. Well, yeah, it happened with the Phillies. Well, that's still the game. Yeah, probably. Because it's 7-0. A flag for taunting. Did it hit the screen? No, it just, it's just a foul ball. I mean, it's just what it is. They are taking a while looking at this. Okay, all right, so it's a foul ball. They actually never announced it, but we're just going back to it. So Kelly back at the plate. It's 5-0. Here's the pitch. That is outside. I believe it's 2-2. I couldn't tell you because there's no score bug up there, and I already forgot what it was. What do you feel about the fraud Colts? I feel a lot of things about the fraud Colts. Here's the 2-2. That's a grounder to short, and throws to first. Oh, he got him by a step. He just barely got him. That is the same guy that was just at the plate. That'll bring up Ortiz. Kind of had trouble there, but he was able to recover in time and throw it to first. The Colts, definitely. So they're actually reviewing this, by the way. It's 50-50. The Colts, man, I don't know. Like, they look good. Do I think it's sustainable? No. Are we being real here? Hold on. Oh, that's so close. Oh, that's so close. I don't know. I mean, I think it's safe. Either way, it could be either way. Bill's saying he's safe. I mean, I could see that. I could see either way. But if the Colts, let's just say the Colts are playing the Bills this week, who are we picking to win? The Bills. If Lamar's playing with the Ravens, even the Ravens are terrible this year, but if the Lamar's playing at quarterback with the Ravens, are we picking the Colts to beat the Ravens, really? Is that what we're doing? No. If the Colts are playing the Chiefs, even though the Chiefs they're not good, are we picking the Colts to beat the Chiefs? No, we're not. Even the Eagles, who have lost 2 in a row, are we picking the Colts to beat the Eagles? No. So, yeah, no, I just don't see it happening. Oh, the call on the field stands. He's out. Yeah, it was close. It was close. Tie goes to the runner, not here. So now it's, of course you can just add on to that list of other teams, of course, that you think are contenders rather than the pretenders. But, yeah, I guess the Colts did blow out the Raiders. I've never seen that before. And they did blow out the Titans. Again, Titans-Raiders amongst the NFL's best, folks. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Pete Crow Armstrong. He's batting .208, OPS of .416. No homers and 3 RBIs. Gasser sets and fires. That is inside, and it's 1-1. What do the Colts have this week? I have to look at that. 1-1 count, runner at second, 2 outs. Gasser sets and fires. Swing and a miss, and it's a 1-2. This game approaching the 3-hour mark. Started at 8:08. It's 10:42, so it's like 2 hours 30-something minutes. Probably crosses that 3-hour mark. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Just outside, and it's 2-2. Been trying to tell the Toronto he still believes, which is admirable and respectable. But come on, the Colts are not beating the Chiefs. Yeah, no, I think we would all agree the Chiefs would beat the Colts. Most of us would. That's going to be called for time here. This thing is way too low. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this is just, I feel like sitting up straight now. Oh, man, my back is popping. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low. Ball gets away, but he keeps it in front of him, and it's 3-2. 3-2 count here. Let's see here. If it's up to the Zebras, Casey would never lose. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I think, though, that mystique has worn off, I think. They did lose to the Jaguars. 3-2 count. The pitch. Just outside, and it's ball 4. By just, I mean probably about a foot. Gasser, it's been a rough performance. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's Cubs 5, Brewers nothing here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, and we're going to have a mound visit here. Mahomes never beat the Colts. Mahomes has never beat the Colts. Really? That's funny. I remember in 2018, the Chiefs beat somebody. They beat arguably the greatest Colts quarterback in Colts history. Let's go ahead and look at that one. Here, let's go ahead and pull that one up here. 2018 playoffs. May have been 2019. No, it was 2018, pretty sure. Let's see here. Why not? Let's go to this one. Indianapolis at Kansas City. What does that say? I don't know why it says 4-1 and 2-3, but you get the gist. This is Swanson at the plate. That's going to be low in the dirt, and it's 1-0. I know my football. That's all I'm going to say there. 1-0 count to Dansby Swanson. Again, runners on first and second with 2 outs. 6 walks by the Brewers. That was not with Alex Smith. Alex Smith, it's 2017. The 1-0. That's a ground ball to third. Durbin's going to try to beat him to the bag, and he does beat him to the bag. We head to the top of the 8th. The Cubs leading 5-0. What in the... Get out of here. Okay, so... And here's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I remember it. I was pulling for the Colts so hard in this game because I liked Andrew Luck. I know he will never get the respect he deserves from some Colts fans, but he was pretty good. Unfortunately, the Chiefs just looked so good in that game. I remember it. I'm like, geez, the Chiefs are kind of unstoppable. Sammy Watkins, what the heck? I remember him. Tyreek Hill, he was just like a... Tyreek Hill wasn't that great at the beginning. He was just like averaging like 9 yards a catch, too. That was kind of odd. Just using him for like short routes to get open. Dr. S. Well, I mean, again, Rhino knows his stuff, too. But I'm just saying... he has beaten the Colts. I guess they won't count it because it was playoffs, but it is what it is. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like MLB, NFL, or college football, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. Again, I call games, folks. I'll be back Saturday evening for the conclusion of the series. That's assuming, of course, the Cubs are holding on. It's trending that they will. So, yeah, I'll be back Saturday evening to cover the conclusion of the series. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Because, again, I know there's a lot of competition out there. I'm not a Colts hater. I've actually liked the Colts. Colts are a classy organization. It's just the problem... seeing them win and then have it being shoved in my face, that is not good. And then the fact that the Colts are pretty much the only team in the AFC South with like any sort of NFL history. They're a cornerstone franchise, and they're getting outplayed by the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Texans for the last 10, 15 years. So it's not me hating. It's just like, well, what are you guys doing? You guys should be dominating that division. You guys should have... all that nonsense should be with the other three, but no, that is not the case. Now, the Colts were definitely respected. I mean, of course, with Manning, with Wayne, with Harrison. Yeah, I'm surprised the Giants held on. It was good stuff, though. Good stuff for the Giants. Again, I think they're about a year away. I really do. I think they're a year away from competing for the playoffs. Being a playoff team. All right, this is Christian Yelich leading off the top of the 8th. That's going to be right down the middle for a called strike. Yelich is 5 for 15 in the series. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low. And it's 1-1. Yelich is 0 for 2. Again, he's getting just his third at-bat here in the 8th inning. That should pretty much tell you how the Brewers have been offensively. Here's the 1-1 that is upstairs, and it's 2-1. And I should add, he is the leadoff hitter. So 2-1 count to Christian Yelich. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. He is 0 for 2 Hawk. My bad, folks. This is his 4th at-bat, but I'm just saying that's still not good. That's still not good at all. Jones has been playing good, but I don't know if it's sustainable. Here's the 2-2. That is outside for ball 3. So 3-2 count here to Christian Yelich. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 4. So Keller walks his first batter, and already a mound visit, as that'll bring up Jackson Chourio. Best QBR. Yeah, QBR is pretty much a running back stat, I guess. QBR and PFF, they're pretty much one and the same. Useless. And made up. Here's the pitch. That's inside for ball 1. So Keller and Kelly going to have a little chat. Again, a runner on first with nobody out. 1-0 count. QBR is an overrated stat. Yeah, it is definitely an overrated stat. Definitely not useful in any quarterback rating is overrated. That's fair. I would also agree with that. I don't know if people use that though as much anymore. I don't think people do. So I think it used to be Rhino about 20 years ago, but not anymore. I would disagree now. Here's the 1-0 taking all the way, and it's 2-0 Churio playing mind games, doing type of, a little bit of a Luis Arias type of thing here. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's outside, and it's 3-0. Churio shaking his head. I'm starting to see a little bit of confidence with these Brewers hitters because, again, they haven't really shown much so far today or even yesterday. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's right down the middle for a called strike. Getting a sarcastic cheer from the Cubs faithful. Yes, QBR and quarterback rating are different. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be cut on and sent to right. Suzuki at the warning track. Buddy makes the catch for round number 1. So Churio had me going there, but nothing happened. That'll bring up William Contreras. It's 5 for 15 in the series with a homer and 2 RBIs. That's why I don't use ESPN. Here's the pitch. That's going to be yanked to right, and that's going to go foul. Amazing what happens when you leave the Giants have an offensive. Yeah. What did you eat for dinner? I didn't have dinner, actually. I had a Whataburger for lunch. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1. Had a coupon. You buy a medium fry and a medium drink, you get a free double bacon Wrangler burger. So it's like a $14 meal with tax. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a call strike. Paid only $6.61 for it. Pretty happy with that. One and 2 counts. Here's the pitch. Grounder to short. There's 1 and 2. A double play. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs again all over the Brewers, 5-0. I did say the Jaguars would win the division. Of course, I did say the Colts will be like 4-13, so there's that too. Can't always be right. Folks, again, if you haven't done so already, make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games. Of course, the game kind of feels a little bit out of reach, so, I've kind of drifted away from my professional broadcast thing. So I do apologize for that, but they got me going with some football in the chat. But, again, hopefully you do enjoy it regardless, and you do like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the MLB, if you like NFL, you like college football, this is the channel for you. Again, we are a growing channel. Over 1,000 subs since the end of July. As we ended July at 343, we're over 1370, I believe, is what we entered the stream with. I think we're at 1360, I think. I can't recall. But again, make sure to do it. Make sure to like and subscribe. And you're just joining your fellow sports fans that have already found this page or channel very, very awesome. So hopefully you do as well. And again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out because, again, I know there's a lot of people covering this game tonight. And again, if the result holds, and it seems to be the case, I will be covering this exact same game Saturday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. So make sure to subscribe if you're looking for a home for Game 5. And, of course, you're just looking for a home in general for sports because this is what we do. We call games. 2 and 3 Chiefs overrated? I don't know. I mean, I still think highly of the Chiefs. And again, I think the Chiefs would beat the Colts if they played. I really do. Made a ribeye steak and baked potatoes and asparagus and squash with peppers and onions. Man, Bill, I should have came over. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, RC. Me and DrDelay should face off against a Rhino and the rest of Rhino Nation. I appreciate the offer, Thomas. I can hold it. I can hold my own, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty good. Pretty good at this stuff. We never really got into, we debated a little bit on the show. Never actually got to, full out debate. So, I don't know, maybe later down the road. Play calling is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. I try. This is Matt Shaw coming to the plate. Armchair quarterbacks, that's what we are. Oh, yeah. We're the best. We're the best armchair quarterbacks in the world. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Matt Shaw again. He got his first hits of his postseason career tonight. Then he got another. So he's 2 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And it's 0-2. I actually have no idea what you're talking about, Gamey Boy. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Hopefully it's a good thing. I am lost. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be sent to right, and that is going foul. Top notch again. I don't know. Maybe one day I will be. Still a long way to go. Still have a long way to go there. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside, and it's a 1-2. By the way, Gasser's still in the game, folks. Yes, Andre. Yeah, Gasser's still in the game. Just throwing nothing but gas right now. 1-2 count. Nothing but gas. Gasser begins the windup and the pitch. That is inside, and it's 2-2, 95 on the gun. The 2-2, and Shaw sends this to left, but that's going to go become a souvenir as that's a foul ball. A League of Their Own. I've actually never seen that movie. I need to. I've been told it's a great movie. A great movie. I just never seen it. Count is 2-2 as Gasser delivers just outside. And as it's 3-2, Gasser thought he had strike 3 there. Instead, it's ball 3. Yeah, Cubby shocked. No, they're looking good. They're going to take it to Milwaukee. 3-2. Here is the pitch. Shaw pops it up. Shallow left. Churio is under it and makes the catch. Well, I think something might happen here. Yankees fans, Yankees fans are definitely something. I haven't really had many bad experiences with Yankees fans, to be honest. As Gasser delivers. And Bush sends this to right center. And that one is out of here. It's gone. Just snuck out of here. 6-0. Michael Bush with his 4th home run this postseason. Rookie for the Dodgers looked good tonight. Yeah, he did. Pitching was really good in that game. Just outside. Oh, yeah, just outside. Maybe the Brewers want to win at home. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know if that's really what they I don't think they intended to throw this game, but I mean, I think it would be much sweeter, yes, at home. Here is Nico Horner. That's in there for a called strike. This guy. Fumble, come on. I don't know. You're a Yankees fan. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really had many bad experiences with Yankees fans. To me, the Yankees and Dodgers are very similar when it comes to calling games. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Just cannot seem to get anybody out as Gasser. Gasser's just gassed. I mean, he came into it gassed, I guess. I don't know. He's just not good, folks. Or at least not tonight. But, I mentioned it earlier that Dodgers and Yankees fans, I'll get the views, but I don't get the watch time. It just tells me that they don't want anyone calling their games unless they're wearing a Yankees or Dodgers jersey. I don't know if it's because they don't like the anti-Dodger Yankee thing or whatnot, but I don't know. That's just what I've gotten, is that's going to be in there for a called strike. Roll the credits, yeah. Did you get a lot of... Yes, I actually got a lot of love from Mets fans. Gasser's horrible. Yeah, just leave him in just to kind of not use any of their arms. 0-1 count. Again, Tucker at the plate. Here's the pitch. Tucker, and he's going to get another hit. Oh, my goodness, as the hits just keep on coming. Runners on first and second with still one out here in the bottom of the eighth. The Cubs just looking to pad the stats. Go Brewers. This guy, Brad, this guy. Oh, my gosh. No, Peralta actually started tonight. If someone is gifted to call games, I watch no matter who they root for. Appreciate it. Again, I don't pull for anybody. When I'm calling games, I make sure to be as neutral as possible. Unless, of course, it's Steelers-Pirates, then I will rip the Steelers and the Pirates. That's really how I am. I rip my own teams rather than ripping other teams. But, I guess I know I'm not for everyone, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. But it just seems like, from what I've gathered from those two fan bases, that they prefer their own calling the game. It is what it is. I would like a chance. That's all I ask. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there, but not called a strike. And it's 1-1. Yeah, Bill, it's a blowout right now. Forfeit may have been better. I don't know about all that. 1-1 count as Gasser delivers. That is inside, and it's 2-1. I think at this point, though, you got to take Gasser out. I mean, I understand he's not the best. If he allows another hit, though, just take him out. His confidence is a big deal. I kind of feel bad for him. 2-1. Gasser sets, looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is going to be low, and it's 3-1. I don't think I've had bad experience with the Padres. I don't know. I can't recall. 3-1. Gasser sets and fires. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Taseya Suzuki. Suzuki today is 1 for 4. Yankee fans are harder than anyone. Yeah, no, that's how I am with the Pirates for some reason. You won't see any bias calling from the doctor. I try. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be sent to center. Perkins is under it and makes the catch. Also over 2. I mean, again, if you're including the playoffs, then that is false. If you're including the playoffs, then that is false. But yes, regular season, I guess I guess so. I don't know. I don't know the Mahomes stats, but I just remember I know that happened. I know that game happened, and then Mahomes won, beat Andrew Luck. Ian Happ's coming to the plate again. He had a 3-run shot to pretty much get the scoring started here, and it's been all Cubs since. Gasser delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Cubs are getting confidence. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Go Padres. Yeah. No, you cannot take these runs with you. Nope. 0-1 count. Gasser looks back and fires. And that's going to be a foul tip there, and it's 0-2. So, Brewers, I don't know, trying to spin it here, but, maybe they only need 6 runs to tie it instead of another, 7 or something like that. 0-2 count. Gasser's looking forward to, I'm sure, getting off the field. 0-2 count. The pitch. Chopper, and that's going foul. The Pirates trade Skeens, not this offseason. The real record is 1-2. Yep. I would say so. Do a great job. Thank you again, George. You've been very supportive, very positive, and I really do appreciate you, man. I really do. I really am thankful for like the core group that I have. I have a great core group. I mean it. You guys are so awesome. Very positive. That's who I would like on the channel. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be sent to right, and that's going to go foul. Not to say that I don't mind, some trolls every now and then, good positive trolls, not like trolls that are just being jerks. Because I mean, the play-by-play version of me, again, I try to keep it down the middle. Of course, there's when I start giving my opinions, then you'll start seeing, okay, this guy, a little bit more to him than meets the eye. That's perfectly fine. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be a grounder to short. Ortiz throws to first for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 9th, where the Brewers need 6 runs to keep this going. If not, we head to Milwaukee for a Saturday night matchup for Game 5, winner take all. But yeah, I mean, again, I'll show a little bit more of my opinions, and I feel like, I definitely think differently than most people, for sure, when it comes to just life and, of course, sports. So I would expect to probably, not that I want to, but probably maybe upset people with the way, if I think differently or not. But it is what it is. $46. Yeah, no. Well, he's out of there now. Add some flavor to the stream. Oh yeah. They do. And if they take it too far, then I get them out of here. Like, I want to grow the channel, obviously, but like, you're not like. I've had people that insult my viewers, my regulars. Like, yeah, that's a no. You're gone. You're immediately gone. Doctor Who has what it's going to be. Oh, no one. Not right now. I can't tell you, but I can tell you that the Pirates aren't trading him. Not this offseason anyway. All right, folks. Possibly for final time, I want to say thank you again for letting me call this game for you. Make sure, again, before you go, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the style that I have here, which is more of a traditional style broadcast, make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. I cover MLB. I cover NFL and, of course, college football. And, of course, as you see, again, I love football. Football is my number one. But what did I cover tonight over Thursday Night Football? I covered baseball. And, of course, again, as a huge thank you to the Cubs and Brewers fans that have been very supportive to the channel. I mean, I'm a Pirates guy. I covered 60% of my baseball games are Pirates games. But you guys really showed out whenever I did cover Brewers or Cubs. So, again, thank you. And I am going to cover every single Cubs or Brewers playoff game going forward. So because of that. And so again, thank you very much. And even again, the only time that won't happen is if one of these teams playing on one of the Steelers are playing. That's the only time that won't happen. So that's just bad luck. So I'm sorry if that happens. But yeah, again, thank you very much. So again, make sure to like and subscribe for more playoff baseball, more NFL, college football. Again, you guys will play Saturday, so I will not call a college game that night. I'll just do some college games during the day. Crushing, I try. You don't go into someone's house and disrespect. Oh, yeah, no, 100%. We've had some people do that, so they're banned. They're gone. You're not welcome, pretty much. Definitely not going to do that. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be sent to left, and that's going to be a foul ball. This is Caleb Thielbar. He's pretty good. He's one of the better relievers the Cubs have, looking to just shut this thing down. This is Bryce Terang, who's 0 for 3, grounded out in his last at-bat. Thielbar delivers, and that's a chopper to second, and that is sent to first for out number 1. And the Cubs are 2 outs away from sending this to Game 5. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn, who's 3 for 9 with a homer and an RBI. So here we go. Yep, Gary, it's probably going to happen. It is most likely going to happen. Again, appreciate it, Rising Rhino, for your kind words. Appreciate your support. I really do. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Andrew Vaughn. Just hope CeeLo doesn't cover this game. Oh, my gosh. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be inside, and it's 1-1. CeeLo takes all the viewers at this point. 1-1 count. Thielbar delivers. That's a swing and a miss, and it's strike two. He probably will, to be honest. It is what it is. 1-2 count to Andrew Vaughn again. The Brewers just did not look good today at the plate as Cubs fans rise to their feet. And here's the pitch. That is upstairs. And it's 2-2. Be completely transparent. I think this may be the longest I've stayed, but if you, hold on one second. I think this may be the longest I've stayed. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be sent to right, and that's going to be a foul ball. But if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been doing this, and what was your motivation? I really started doing the play-by-play thing in March. Motivation, I just kind of wanted to see how I would do, to be honest. Here's the 2-2. That's a chopper to short. Swanson has it, throws to first for out number 2. Now it is shifted into, hey, I actually think this is doable because I know this is kind of lame, but I looked at ChatGPT, like how many subscribers should a solid YouTuber expect to have in his first year? They said 1,000. So I got 1,000 in 6 months. So I'm ahead of schedule. So that leads me to believe that I can actually do this for a living, and that'd be great to do this for a living. It would be awesome. That's actually what I want to do. I would love to do this for a living, whether it's on YouTube or calling games in real life. But again, doing it on YouTube, I get to chat with you guys. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike, as it's 0-1 to Caleb Durbin. Leave it to Seattle, Milwaukee to make. Oh, yeah, it'll be very interesting. Here's the 0-1. That's a grounder to shorts. Swanson throws to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it. The Cubs knock off the Brewers in Game 4, so that means we have a do-or-die Game 5 this Saturday night. Man. Again, folks, this means I'll be back Saturday evening as the Cubs travel to Milwaukee for Game 5. Again, the home team has won in every single game. They're playing that song. Okay, we're going to remove... They're playing the song, folks. That is not being heard by my ears. Let's see here. Every time I hear you say Rhino, I think of Ryan Sandberg. Oh, yeah, well, no, Rhino. Not the baseball player. One more time. Cubs still have some bear in them. Game over. Good stuff, Doctor. Again, you're ahead of my game. Okay, I'm usually behind, so that's rare. Sing the song. No, Carrie, not happening. Not happening. Appreciate it, though. Go Cubs. No. Good stuff, Doctor. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, thank you. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. But yes, to answer your question again, it would be awesome to do this for a living, to be in front of you guys every single night. Or, 5 days a week. That'd be cool, too. But, just to stream and call games, have YouTube. My goal, obviously I'm very thankful for all the financial support I've gotten from the subscribers and, all that stuff. But my goal really is to try to make as much money from YouTube, and that's why you see ads play and stuff like that. That'd be great. So, again, I do appreciate you guys for your support. Again, I will be back. Actually, I'll be doing a game probably tomorrow night. I don't know what game it'll be. I don't know if it'll be Detroit and Seattle for baseball. Again, if I cover that one, I might actually be biased for a change because everyone's going for Seattle, so I might as well pull for Detroit, and I'll be just anti-Seattle for a day. Or I cover a college football game. I just don't know yet. I don't know. But again, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, before you go, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe. Definitely helps small channels like mine survive and compete with the giants of YouTube, as we're trying to become one of those. That'd be pretty cool to be a big-time guy, but we're still probably a few years away. So, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. And, of course, you guys all enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. And I will see probably most of you guys Saturday night if you guys want to watch. Again, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I'll, of course, post that tomorrow sometime. You guys all enjoy the rest of your night. You guys are all legends in my book and everyone's book. And y'all take care. Good night. And thank you again, everyone. Nick, as always, thank you for lurking in the shadows. Yeah, Carrie, nope, not going to sing it. and you guys are very welcome. Good night.